It is the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, September 5th, 2024, and we are coming to you live. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Woo. Is Spanish in the garden meditating?
Who knows, man? Show starts at 6.
I mean, he was here.
Yeah.
And then he left. Those cups of water that are up there, why are they laying around all of it? Who is doing that?
That's Spanish.
Yeah, it's not
he gets that every morning. Which is weird to me because I have a reusable thing and I bring it from home, and but he gets the plastic cup filled with water, and I don't know where the water's from, but it's just odd to me.
But they're lying around. It's like the little kid from Signs. Yeah, I keep waiting to see. So is he okay? You think?
I believe he's brewing a cup of coffee.
Well, does he know that the show starts?
I mean,
can you just open the door and just look out there and just don't say anything? Just look. Just see what's happening.
Oh, there he is. He just came from the other side. I don't know what he's done over here.
He wasn't there at first.
What are you doing?
What? What?
I can hear you.
What? I don't know. For starters, the show is on.
I'm here. I'm right here.
I don't know what you want me to say.
What are you doing out there?
I was cleaning up a mess I made.
Oh.
Is it me? If it's me, I'll
No,
just shut
I
up.
swear to God, I was cleaning up a mess.
The show is on. You're not here, and we're all wondering like what's going on, and you're acting like it's us.
No, I'm not acting like it's you. I was making a cup of coffee and I spilled it, and I wanted to clean it up.
Okay, but I mean, I understand wanting to clean it up, but also is come in. The show's starting, so be here for the beginning of the show. And then go clean it in the break.
Or just to get ahead and say something dropped. I'll be right back. But when you come in and you make it look like you're making me feel like I'm being a dick for yelling at you. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
No, I don't think you're being a dick. I just made a mess in your garage. I wanted to clean it up before it got all sticky.
Or like he said, just run in and go, hey, I just made a big mess. Sorry, I'll clean it up. I'm coming right back.
I usually just blame it on Joe. I'm like,
What?
Joe spilled
What did
this.
I do?
Yeah, that's the easy thing to do.
and move on.
Joe spilled something.
All right.
Well, I did. I made a big mess out there. I apologize.
Did you clean it?
Go
clean it. Go clean it. Now I know that what happened. Nobody knew where you were, and I'm like, he doesn't poop this early.
No, it wasn't a poop. I was making a cup of coffee out there, and when I went to grab it off the thing, it spilled and got all over the sugars.
Take the paper towels. Take your time. See how easy it is to work here.
Do we need another block for the stick?
A what?
Another block for the stick? We have the
white
stick
one
with the
for
block.
It's poop, pee, and dumb.
I think it might be a easier thing. Just put up a dry erase board and put "I'm an idiot."
Might be. Speaking of idiots, Joe, how are you?
Oh, great, Michael. How you doing?
I feel like you're at the end of your rope today.
Well, I'm all right.
You can't. You have a lot of. You're not normally a kind of guy.
He's shaking. Look at him.
He's always like that.
Yeah.
What's wrong? Tell me what's wrong. What can I do for you?
Nothing, Michael. I have some personal things going on in my life, but they won't affect the show. Don't worry.
I'm not worried about it. Are you kidding me? First of all, everything affects the show.
Okay.
I'm just wondering if I could help you with anything.
No.
Okay.
I'm dealing with some issues with my both of my parents.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I don't have any.
By the way,
yes,
both of his parents are alive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are. They are. My dad's 90.
90, yeah.
Yeah.
And Annette is how old?
87.
Strong
Yeah.
genes.
Yeah.
No, there's no seats purchased in Annette.
Oh, he liked the young girls back then. Nice.
He met her at one of those puppet shows he used to work at. Yeah.
Hello, little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, if you wonder where Joe got it from, where Joe got his cool old guy from, you should see his dad.
Yeah.
Although you're more hippie and your dad was more TV star.
Yeah, I mean he was on a TV show for many years in the Christian industry.
Yeah,
it got syndicated and all over the world in like a bunch of different languages and stuff.
Was he Christian or was he just doing that because that was the gig?
No, he was very Christian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
Well, you're the opposite.
Believe me, it was very weird.
Yeah.
No, it was not pleasant.
Oh, that might explain why your brother's crazy.
It definitely explains some of it, but I mean, no help there.
Yeah.
But yeah. And I had some issues with Christy, but other than that, I'm good.
Oh, you guys fighting or just she's not feeling well?
No, she's not feeling good.
Yeah. Poor Joe. I don't like Stress Joe.
That's all right.
Yeah, I know, but Stress Joe makes me nervous.
Isn't it nice, all this concern for Joe Spanish?
Oh, don't worry. Don't come back to bite anybody.
No, I'm just saying, Spanish, I think so. You idiot. What a moron. Joe. I hope Joe's going to be okay.
Joe, you all right?
Oh, sweet Joe.
I feel like I turned over a new leaf today. I didn't go crazy. I this morning I was about to snap, and I was like, all right, let's just look at the situation.
I mean, I walked in. You said something very hurtful to me.
Yeah. I mean, that's the absolute truth. I used to sit at the edge of my seat waiting for Gio to get here with the coffee. Now I'm on the almond milk, and I'm like, Gio.
Pavlov, you don't like Gio anymore because he doesn't bring you treats.
This guy.
You don't start salivating when you hear his car pull up.
He used to be so happy when I walked in.
Right,
Now
yeah.
it's just like just a look of disdain.
Yeah, it's not good. Not good at all. I go,
I got nothing to offer now. Apparently.
You know what? It's not you, Gio. It's my metabolic system. That's really,
Should
really
we
things.
try oat milk? Maybe.
No, I don't. I don't know. I mean, I'll be honest. That's not bad.
Yeah.
It just looks bad.
It does
looks
look
like
bad.
you're drinking iced tea.
Yeah.
I want a khaki cream filled coffee, not this light iced tea that you brought me.
Have you thought about switching to tea? Tea's good. Green tea. A lot of good stuff in there.
I am drinking coffee every day because of one reason, and that reason, Galvin, addiction.
Yeah.
I have no idea if tea is better for me or worse. It's just I'm so used to drinking the coffee that's what my body wants now, even though if it's, I'm sure I could switch to tea, and after 2 weeks, I'll be drinking tea every day. I mean, it's just
No, I just
weird.
didn't know whether it was the caffeine or just the coffee.
I do need a little caffeine, I think, because
Right.
when I don't, I get a headache now because I'm so used to having it.
You get the green tea, get a little caffeine in there, right? Green tea has caffeine.
Yeah.
And put a shot of ginseng in there. Yeah. Get wild.
Nathan came over yesterday and fixed one of my TVs. So
Yeah?
at least I have a TV in the living room, although I feel like it's not going to last. Not him, the TV. So the TV's having problems. Mm-hmm. Samsung, they were like, we have to do a firmware update. Should be here somewhere in the middle of September. And I go, well, what does that do for me? We're in the beginning of September.
Yeah, there's football tonight.
So he rigged up the TV to the other Wi-Fi to where it works now. So I miss the old days when you used to have a cable box. And all the channels were in the box.
Put the credit card in there and then jimmy it around a little bit.
yeah, get it working.
Remember White
HBO.
Leon?
Yeah, White Leon had it.
White Leon was a guy who was a listener who was he came over to my house and installed a satellite dish.
Yep.
It had a box and it had everything. And this was
What happened to that?
What happened to
That satellite dish thing.
Oh, it just eventually,
They all go out of it.
Eventually they were like boop and shut down the thing, whatever. They're like, hey, somebody's getting stuff for free, whatever. But
They still live in New Mexico, though, right? You saw a lot of them when you drove through satellite dishes.
What?
Satellite dishes. Am I not? No. Okay, forget it.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
Just happened.
Sometimes I wonder if it's me, and then I'm convinced it's definitely you two.
mayonnaise.
Who lived in New Mexico?
Gio, when he went on his trip, he said he drove through. There was just tons of trailers. They all had satellite dishes out in front of them.
Oh, that was a reference to what you said.
Yeah,
Joe paid attention to you.
that's right, Joe.
That's a reference to what you said in passing for 5 seconds 33 months ago.
He goes, that's right, Joe. Very good. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, I feel better.
Yowza.
All right.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm done. Last night I got in the TV and I put on The Godfather for a little while. I was like, it got me in the mood. And then I went over to my usual Seinfeld. I think I've watched too much Seinfeld. I've watched it out of my system.
You got to back off a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to give it a break. I got to find another show like that. Although I've been going old school. I've been watching a lot of Little House on the Prairie.
Oh man.
I really feel like I could have been.
A vagina?
No, how dare you? When's the last time you watched Little House on the Prairie?
Oh, probably when I was like 8 or 9 years
Exactly.
old.
Are you in the Jason Bateman years or no?
No. I'm early on. But the best is, I have a video on TikTok. I don't use TikTok a lot, but I have 2 videos on TikTok that have millions of views, and one of them is my son. I accidentally captured my son. I put the Brady Bunch on, and it started off, here's a story of a man named Brady, and Joey was making a sandwich or something in the kitchen, and he had never seen it before. And then at one point, here's a story of a lovely lady, and he just picked up his head and looked at the TV, and he looked at me and goes, what is this? And I thought, you've never seen the Brady Bunch? And then I thought how awkward that is to somebody who's never seen it to see this show. Yeah. So her husband died and his wife died, and they met each other, but they each had 3 kids of their own, and now they all live in a big house with a maid. Yeah, they had a maid in the 70s,
right?
And she was white.
And she was a live-in maid.
Yeah. And it was crazy. So I had explained that to him. The next best thing was my daughter was on her iPad and I was watching Little House on the Prairie. And about 20 minutes in, she finally picked up her head and go, what are you watching? It was Laura Ingalls and Nellie were fighting.
Oh, yeah.
And because Nellie was making fun of one of the other girls who had a stutter.
Nellie was the original Joffrey from Game of Thrones.
I don't know that.
Where it's
Straight villain.
Just straight blonde-haired white villain.
You hate him.
Yep. And you don't know why, because her parents were so nice. They were so nice to her, and they gave them everything. And Nellie was mean to. So there's a girl with the stutter, and they're like, and then Nellie's like, "Come on, Laura, we're gonna join a club, and you could be the president of the club." And she's like, "Well, I want to, Nellie, but I can't go if you're not gonna let her go." And I'm not going to let her go. She has a stutter. And she's like, well, then I'm afraid I'm going to have to be friends with her and go over here. And my daughter was like, what is this? And then Nellie's mother compensating all the kids with licorice whips.
Yeah.
And then saying, now come on, get a lemon head, get a licorice whip.
And then the other girl goes, hey, Nellie. It goes to commercial.
But can I tell you that I watched, what did Pa do?
Pa? Did they do some sort of crop work or farming?
He was like a farmer and a handyman, know, but he didn't really have a job. And then in one episode, there's that other big gruff guy with the beard that he kind of hangs out with.
Merlin Olsen.
No, not Merlin Olsen. It's a different guy.
Okay.
He kind of a little bit more of a manly man.
He works at the Mercantile?
No. He was another farmer kind of guy, but he's got I hear they're finding gold up in the hills. And they packed up their wagons and they went west.
Sure.
And then this guy's got a gambling problem. Every time they find money, he'd sneak out at night and go play cards. Dude, I'm into Little House on the Prairie, dude. It has been a long time, but I was into it.
I'm telling you right now, I don't think I'd want to gamble back then.
No. I'll shoot you right across the table.
Turn over the wrong card.
The Hard Rock would have stood up with a machine gun and been like, this guy's too much.
You win too much. You do the wrong thing. Yeah, it's over.
Actually, this guy won, had a couple of drinks. He won, and when he went outside, the pit boss leaned in and said, go get him, he's outside. And they went outside and beat him up and took the money back.
Didn't they used to call aces and eights the dead man's hand? Wasn't that I think it's aces and eights or dead man, something like that, whatever. But where they would just kill you. They're like, you're too good.
I'm telling you, you're missing out on old school TV shows. Anyway.
Well, maybe swap out the Seinfeld with a little Charles in Charge.
Ooh.
Yeah, right?
I want some Charles in Charge.
I haven't seen Charles in Charge for quite some time.
Charles in Charge had all those hot chicks that went on to Baywatch afterwards.
Yeah.
And Scott Baio, man, he must have got so much ass back in the day when they were all hot. Oh, good for him.
So the aces and eights is, it's the Wild Bill Hickok hand. So it's the dead man's hand is what they call it.
Why?
Let's see. I don't know. Use the phrase. Hickok's hand was currently considered dead man's hand. Card combination received its notoriety from the legend that it was 5-card stud or 5-card draw hand that Wild Bill Hickok had when he was shot in the back of the head by Jack McCall. Yeah.
I got aces. I'm going to split them. Nope, you're dead. I miss gambling. I'm looking forward to gambling in Vegas for a little bit.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I don't miss gambling at all.
Oh, man.
I am the worst.
Oh, gee.
The worst.
Oh, gee.
I texted Gavin last night. I said, dude, I'm the worst. I don't know how you do it. I just need to stop.
He broke Kelsey Mitchell's 20-point game streak. She was on a 7-game streak of over 20 points. He bet on her, and then she didn't get to it.
Jinxie.
18.
By the way,
I cannot believe the fact that you can name and so many WNBA players.
I can name so many. It's ridiculous.
Great game last night.
By the way, our sweet Cece, Caitlin Clark, got a triple-double last night. Leah Boston had a double-double.
Yep.
Yeah, I knew that the Fever were going to crush the Sparks. The LA Sparks is not a good team, and the Fever made the playoffs, so they're just like relaxed to do whatever. But for some reason, I could not parlay the WNBA for that game. I don't know what it was. It was something with that game, but no big deal. I'm fine.
So if I would have told you 5 years ago that you'll be watching the WNBA and liking it, it's crazy.
The fact that I'm betting on Kyle Schwarber to hit home runs and do all this stuff, and then you're like, you met him, and I'm like,
that was a very confusing conversation until the pictures came through.
Well, it was. So Galvin and I did a gig with Kyle Schwarber a long time ago.
Because it was Kevin Kiermaier and Joe Madden's thing.
It was Joe Madden's Thanksmas that he does, and we were celebrity bartenders with a bunch of other players, and a lot of them came down from the Cubs because he was at the Cubs, and Kyle Schwarber was there, and I said to Galvin, you have a picture with Schwarber, and I sent him a picture, but I sent him the Kiermaier one by accident, and I looked through, and I know we have a picture with Schwarber somewhere.
I was like, I don't know a lot, but that's Kevin Kiermaier. Those beautiful eyes.
Yeah. And then I found the picture of the two of them standing next to each other and sent that over. But yeah, I knew I had to go through my phone. Do you know they make it so easy on your phone to search for pictures if you know the date? You just put the date in. But I had to go Google the event, find out what the date was, go back and find out it was a pain in the ass. I'm sure it exists. I need to find out how to organize my pictures better. Because every time a celebrity dies, I can't wait to put up a picture of me and that dead celebrity. But I got to go find it, I wish I could just put in George Burns and it would just pop right up.
I would imagine with AI, with the thing, you could say, find a picture of George Burns in my photos, whatever, because if you have, I have a lot of pictures of dogs, but you can do that where you highlight, it'll tell you the breed and it'll show you what breed it is and look up all that stuff. So it recognizes things. So I would imagine.
People, if I type in Spanish, it'll bring me all pictures of me in Spanish.
Yeah, I have a folder that's like pictures of Spanish, picture of Joe that I didn't make.
Yeah, people that you have a lot in your camera roll, it
recognizes the face and has
person,
the thing,
and it also connect them to their contact as well if you text them a lot.
What stinks is that it does that with chicks too.
It's
like you text this chick a lot, and here's about I don't want anybody knowing that. You know what I mean?
And it's right there on the front page.
It's like if my wife listened to the radio one day, she'd find out about that.
Yeah, it's true. That's why you gotta have a burner phone.
Throw your phone. Throw your phone in the water.
I've never, even before I was married, never had a burner phone.
Oh, it's great.
No, I can't. I don't know. That seems to me weirder than cheating. Is that if my wife ever found out what you have a second phone, that's a whole different life.
Business phone, work phone.
Yeah. I'm saying you can get out of it, but
I only use it for Uber Eats. I don't know about that. You get
which in this house is not too far fetched. Anyway, today is Carmen. You're awfully quiet today.
I've been giggling and laughing the whole time.
Yeah.
Did you just turn me on?
No, I heard you giggle a little bit.
Okay.
I said you were quiet. I didn't say you were not here.
She threw a couple courtesy laughs in there.
Yeah. Well, in the beginning,
she was confused when Joe said about the satellite dishes.
Yeah, I've been still trying to figure that one out.
Spanish spilled coffee.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very excited, Carmen.
What?
I noticed that Coach Chad Wood is up for Coach of the Week.
Yeah.
Yes.
I voted for him last night.
I voted for him. I saw it on yours. I put it on my story as well. Yeah. You spelled Chad wrong, by the way, Mike.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well, I got the Wood right.
Yeah.
Well, it's 2 Ds, so that's actually the problem because Chad just found out yesterday. That's when I posted it.
Right.
Because they were emailing Chad Wood. One D. So he didn't.
Why doesn't he get rid of that redundant D? You don't need it.
Because the D is so big he has two.
Yeah. Thank you, Galvin.
He's like a kangaroo, 2 Ds.
So they were emailing. He wasn't getting it, obviously. And then finally, the Bucks organization, whoever leads that, they called the school and was like, "Hey, you guys know you have a coach up for Coach of the Week, and so we're pushing it. And voting ends today at noon."
Man.
Oh, well.
So everyone, please go vote because not only does it come with bragging rights for Chad, but the Bucks give a financial donation to the team,
nice.
which is much needed for the Chamberlain football team.
Yeah, it's a couple grand too. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
like,
Yeah, and then at the end of the year, they do like total awards. So they'll do like Coach of the Year, Offense Coach of the, stuff like that. And when you get put in this, if you win, then you get put in that pool as well.
Okay.
So it is a big deal. We definitely need your support and your help. Go vote Coach Chad.
Yeah, so it's on the Mike Calta Show story. It's on my story. But also, if you just put in Buccaneers Coach of the Week, it comes right out. If you Google that, and then you can go and vote on there, and it's Chad Wood.
The link is up on our Instagram stories. It's on our Facebook page as well, where you could just click on it and go. It takes 2 seconds. It just asks you to vote, and then put in your email to make sure you're not voting 9 million times like the people did for Creative Love.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
did that come out yet, by the way?
Oh, I don't know.
No.
I think it's getting close.
I keep seeing people pushing for their votes.
Now when you go there and you log in, you have to log in, it shows you how many times you voted for each thing.
Oh, really?
It keeps track of how many
it's
times.
a difference.
Yeah.
If you can still do it, then why? Yeah.
Even
Yeah,
if
you
you're
still can.
If you're Hoppy sitting there voting 9 million times for yourself on a podcast, it's still going to count.
So it shows, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's just dumb. It was dumb. It used to be such a cool, fun thing. Imagine when you had to get the Creative Loafing, fill it out by hand, and then mail it into them.
Yeah.
That's when it was legit because nobody was sitting there with 9 million newspapers. Although I will tell you that when TBT first came out, they did that. They did a like Best of the Bay kind of thing, and they had a kiosk set up in the mall one time, and I walked by and the guy grabbed me. He goes, "Hey," I go, "Hey," he goes, "I work at the paper." I was like, "Cool," and he goes, "You're winning in the thing." I was like, "What?"
No.
And he's like, "Yeah." And at that time, we were on the country station, so I don't know how the hell did that happen. I miss the old days when things were kind of legit.
Yeah, but that's when you slide them like $50. Hey man, why don't you make sure this happens?
Guess what? We won, and you know what it did for me? I got fired a couple months later. So it does nothing.
Yeah.
It does absolutely nothing for you. I don't know. We are heading out to Orlando today.
Yeah.
What is the plan for everybody? What are you guys doing?
I'm probably going to head over, I would say leave here probably around noonish or something. That way, traffic's not the worst. Get over there, check in, do whatever. And then, we can go, if we want to go grab something to eat or whatever. But then also going to the thing. I know you and Carmen don't want to be scared. But check it out and do that stuff. And then also football tonight. So if we want to meet up and
football.
That's what I'm thinking.
watch some
Football.
Yeah. We can't get drunk tonight, and we still have to do a show tomorrow.
Can't?
I mean, well, I'm sorry. Us normal human beings can't get drunk tonight. You guys could go crazy if you want to.
Right.
That hotel has a couple nice bars.
Oh, really?
were you concerned that I was going to get very drunk?
Yeah.
I was more thinking about Carmen. To be honest.
Okay, yeah.
This is almost 2 months.
No.
Since
Wow.
I've had a
drinking.
drink.
Yeah.
Time to break the streak.
Yeah.
And no, not yet. Listen, I got to tell you, I don't think I would be able to do everything I've been doing if I was drinking.
Oh, no.
Like, I
Hungover, trying to cook until you'd burn your whole hands off.
Right, and then dealing with the kids, I'd hit one of them by now.
Let's get butter beers.
I do. I've never had one, but it's like
That's good.
So good.
right.
They are
They're like
good.
cream soda, right?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
something?
much.
totally. Yeah,
Yeah.
with like a whipped cream on top.
Yeah,
By the way,
definitely.
real quick, back to football. Does everybody agree Jelly Roll is going to be playing the Super Bowl this year?
Oh yeah.
Does that make?
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense, right?
He's doing stadiums on his own.
Yeah, but I'm saying like he's the biggest thing. Like I would
Probably.
imagine it's going to be in New Orleans. He'd fit in there well. He'll have some.
I think he'll be involved in some way. Yeah.
I don't know how they don't get Taylor Swift.
You have
Too big.
You have Jelly Roll, and then you have maybe one of the Neville brothers comes out or something, or who else is from?
I'm trying to think of big New Orleans bands because they
is,
got to do some sort of.
Lil Wayne from. I think he's from there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't believe we just had that conversation. Where's Lil Wayne from? I don't know.
Because Taylor Swift's been in a lot of the NFL promos.
I saw that,
leading up,
yeah.
and that's again starting to piss people off. I guess.
But I don't know why does that bother people.
It's stupid. I thought we're gonna have to listen to this every week about how people are pissed off that Taylor Swift's involved in the NFL.
I'm telling you. I like what I like. I like Taylor Swift. I like Pat McAfee dancing. I like
I
all of
don't
that
care.
stuff. I don't care. None of that stuff bothers me. And people who are bothered by that get too bent out of shape too easily.
By the way, that video is pretty hilarious of
great.
McAfee, and then what's his name, the coach, looking at him like, I got to get out of here. By the way, Dwayne Michael Carter Jr., a.k.a. Lil Wayne, born in New Orleans.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
I like
win.
No, but I'm saying that, he'd have him hop up there. There's plenty of people from New Orleans I'm sure we're not thinking of right now.
Yeah, and Harry Connick and that kind of. I don't mean that they're going to have Harry Connick, but there's that group of those type of musicians from New Orleans. So I'm sure they'll incorporate whoever.
Jean Baptiste.
Yeah,
Isn't he from
something
there?
like that.
Oh, let's go to Super Bowl. I love New Orleans.
Depends.
I love,
Depends on who it is.
You never know.
I've been to New Orleans for Super Bowl. It is a party.
Is it crazy? Yeah.
Dude, I have never been there for Mardi Gras, but I would imagine it's exactly the same
Yeah.
thing.
I have been there for Mardi Gras, and I got to tell you, for a guy who does not like crowds and doesn't like a lot of people, we went there, and it was a blast.
Yeah.
It was
I mean,
a lot of fun.
You're just in and out. And I found a picture yesterday of me and Drew Carey. I went through a whole bucket of old pictures yesterday, as you could see from Instagram. I just started posting some stuff, but I ran into Drew Carey there. He was in a building, and I wanted to go meet him, but they wouldn't let anybody in. And then the power went out. As soon as the power went out, it got dark. Next thing you know, the power went out. I'm standing next to Drew Carey. What's up, Sneaky?
When I went with Joe in Spanish New Orleans, it was St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, yeah.
And we drove all day. And we still went to to Bourbon Street at 12:30 at night. Mm-hmm. We walked. The minute we turned the corner, there's a girl with her boobs out.
Oh yeah.
Like
it's everywhere.
Within 30 seconds.
Yeah.
We're like,
It
what
was
is
a
this?
sign
Welcome to
from
New
above.
Orleans. Yeah.
30 seconds. These girls are getting topless. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, it's definitely a fun spot. I give in to crawfish over alcohol. Mm-hmm. Like I'll be drinking with you guys, but then if I see a crawfish, I'm like, well, see you later.
Yeah.
I'm out.
So much good food there.
Yeah,
so
really
much
is
good
great.
food.
It's great. Pete hates it. Pete doesn't drink, and hardly, and he doesn't like crawfish or any of that stuff. Pete hates New Orleans. Hates it. And then we were there. And we were in a Uber, and our Uber crashed into another car, and he's like, I hate it. Everything about this place is wrong.
We saw a girl get run over by a minivan.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Right on Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
That was in the first hour we were there.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. Let's take a break and get the show moving this morning. It is Thursday. We have football tonight?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just sent the
Chiefs
pics
and
over.
Ravens. Yeah.
Good game, too.
Yeah.
Where's the game in Brazil?
That's Eagles and somebody else.
When is that?
I think that's this weekend.
It is this weekend?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, man. We got to talk about that later as well. All right. Yeah, we're going to be doing football picks with Martine and Ian and all of us at the end of the show today. We also have Cody Tucker coming on at 8 o'clock, and we got an open letter rewind that we're going into Sporcle. That's happening next. It's a Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. We have those also to give away here during Sporcle. Carmen, what else do we have?
Yes, we also
Every day it's like I surprise you with that question.
No.
Yes. Hello. I am Carmen.
No.
I am not looking things up right now, but I am
one, two.
talking.
Check
And
one, two.
did you guys know that email is a thing that is the electronic? Okay, here it is.
We have tickets for Korn. We have tickets for Luke Bryan, Creed, Yngwie Malmsteen, and like you just said, the tailgate.
All right, let's do it right now with a little bit of Sporcle. Here we go. Oh, boy. I believe somebody's going for 3 in a row today.
Oh, that's something.
Right. That's right.
Activated.
Carmen is the keeper of Sporcle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. Galvin is 2 in a row. Going for a streak today. Going for the 3.
Mm-hmm.
Carmen, what are we playing today?
All right, today we're going to be playing very easy trivia. Can you answer these trivia questions that are very easy?
All right.
Okay?
I'll determine that.
If you miss any of these, I'm telling you, very, very easy. All right, your first one. 1 + 1.
2.
Galvin. Who painted the Mona Lisa?
Da Vinci.
Mike. What planet are we on right now?
Earth.
Pap.
Geo.
Gio gets the point. Paris is in what
France.
country? Galvin. Who made Harry Potter?
J.K. Rowling.
Rowling.
Spanish. Who is the main character in Super Mario?
Mario.
Mike Calta. What is the main language in the United States?
English.
Galvin. What is the biggest empire in the world?
China.
Mongolian.
What is the biggest empire in the world?
Ming.
State building.
What? They have British. The British Empire.
All right, makes sense.
When is New Year's Eve?
January 31st.
December 31st.
December 31st.
That makes a lot more sense. I've been, dude. Nobody comes to my parties. It is wild.
I get it.
Damn it.
I mean, the date said January.
Mike Calta. And Pap, we are halfway there.
Spanish has a single point on the board. Along with Gio, he also has 1. And Mike and Galvin are both tied with 3.
Oh.
Three.
I thought we had like 5 each.
Well, keep score.
All right. These are very easy trivia questions. Your next one. What is next year?
2025.
2025 is correct, Pap.
Spanish.
Oh, come on.
Spanish gets a point. What is the next in the sequence? 1, 2,
Three, four.
3,
5.
4.
Damn it.
Galvin. In alphabetical order, name the 3 primary colors.
Blue,
Brown, black.
blue, green, red.
In alphabetical order, name the 3 primary colors.
Blue, green, yellow.
Blue, orange, yellow.
Blue, red, yellow.
Damn it.
There, close.
Blue, red, what?
What is the name of our moon?
The moon.
Oh, come on.
All right.
I said they're very easy.
All right.
New York City is in which
New
state?
York.
Galvin, what is in an Arnold Palmer?
Iced tea and lemonade.
Mike Calta.
I said lemon and lemonade.
Sorry. What is the main language in Japan?
Japanese.
Galvin and
Oh.
Pap.
I almost said Chinese.
Oh.
We are on the last 3.
Gio still with his single point. Spanish doubling that with 2. Michael has 5, and Galvin is your leader right now. He's winning by 1 with 6.
No.
that's
I have
wrong.
6. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. I for a second I thought I had 7. I looked at my paper. You're right. I have 6.
You confused me.
I said no. You're right.
You're right,
Satellite
Joe.
dishes. Yeah, satellite dishes.
That's why he was confused. He's right. This has never happened before.
All right, last 3. Easy trivia. Here we go. When did the U.S. gain independence?
1776.
July 4th.
1776 is all I needed. Mike Calta.
Oh, Judge.
Oh, come on. I was way ahead of you.
All right. Relax. I'm just asking the judge.
That was
I'm
Michael.
very calm.
Joe Rogan.
Mike. What is the current year?
2024.
Pap.
I think that's Spanish.
Spanish gets a point. And where are we? This is the last one. Does it
Mike and I
matter?
are tied, and then these guys are out.
Yeah,
What?
Spanish has 3. Gio has 1. Mike and Galvin tied at 6.
I'm out. Wow.
You're out.
Okay. Last question, Mike and Galvin. What is the first number of pi?
3.
I mean, no, that's unfair.
Because that was a one that wasn't the moon.
No, you made me think of pie. Now I want pie.
Yeah.
We should get pi.
I want a pizza pie.
Oh, that any pie is fine.
Yeah, really, pie
right.
in any form.
Yeah.
What is your favorite kind of pie?
The kind that they talk
Raspberry.
about in Revenge of the Nerds.
That's
And
my
down.
pie.
And down.
Very nice. Joe, final score?
Your final score, Gio with a single point, Spanish with 3, Michael with 6, and Galvin is your triumphant champion today. He won with 7.
Kachaya! Woo, woo, woo! Trademark 2024. Nice. Good job, Galvin. Thank you.
Go, pick a line.
I'll go line 5.
Good morning. Who is this? Oh, wow.
I'll go line
want it.
4.
There's another line 5 if you want to do it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good morning. Who's? Oh my God! It's so loud. Hello. Oh.
Did I win?
Well, yeah, but you got to lower your radio. You blew our earballs out.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
What is your name, Pumpkin?
My name is Randy.
Randy, you are the winner. I'm going to put you on hold. Stay tight. Carmen will grab you during the break, and we'll hook you up with a prize. Okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, Pumpkin. Thanks. Hold on. There you go. All right. Time to pay the piper.
Yeah. All right. So you are each going to go around and say something about one person how they're bad at this or just, something negative about that person and then why I'm better or for it. You know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you go, yeah, okay, you got it?
Like Joe is terrible at video, but you are, but then why you're great at video? Or just something you're great at?
Something I'm great at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joe
Yes, Michael.
is,
I mean, it's not fair to go Joe.
Well,
I'm going to go one of these guys. He's not playing.
oh, yeah. I'm sorry, Joe.
That's all right.
I couldn't think of anything bad to say about you anyway.
There's so much source material.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Okay, Spanish wears old free T-shirts that have been given out by the radio station. Galvin custom makes his T-shirts, and it's fresh every day.
Oh, I like it. Yeah, thank you. All right.
Spanish misses the start of the show. Galvin's always on time.
Early.
Okay.
Galvin's early.
Yeah,
Galvin's early.
Yeah, I like it.
Geo is bad at being friendly. Galvin can run long.
All right.
Can run long. That's, bravo. Those are all good.
Both true statements.
Yeah. Still going. All right, Galvin, what do we have coming up in news?
Coming up in news today, we have lying Alexa, don't drink and drive, or whatever, and cheese.
Oh,
Yeah.
You set off my Alexa. Are we going to experiment with that? I purposely have not done it to see.
We can see.
We'll try it
It
out.
may have been rectified.
Yeah, I
but,
think so.
we'll
Well,
see.
we could ask and we'll
Yeah,
find
sure.
out. All right, we'll take a quick break. Galvanization News, we'll do that next. And then coming up at 8 o'clock, we'll check in with Cody Tucker. Martine Gramatica will be here this morning. Is Dom on today?
Yes.
What time is
9.
that? Dom will be here because he was not able to come in on Tuesday, so he'll be taking your legal calls in the 9 o'clock hour.
And we got the football picks.
We've got our football picks. We're doing that week 1, baby. We're here. It's finally here. It's the Mike Calta Show. News is next on 102.5 The Bone. We got the tailgate party happening on Sunday. We'll have more opportunities for you to win coming up on the show. But if you want to go to theboneonline.com, you could register to win there. I think Mike Olivera will be doing that email probably sometime on Friday, and you'll get a notification whether you won or not. And we'll see everybody there. I'm very much looking forward to being out there, hanging out, eating food from the brisket shop, drinking a couple of Bud Lights, and then shooting back home to watch the game from the comfort of my own home with air conditioning and 85 inches of love. Because it is still too hot to be outside. Are you going to the game?
No.
No, I wish I was going to have a party and invite everybody over so that we could go upstairs and watch in the theater and eat popcorn and the whole thing. Yeah. I don't have a theater. I don't have a projector. Everything broke at the same day. Same goddamn day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's check in with Galvin. He's got today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
What do we have in news today, Galvin?
Today's news is brought to you by Pelt Shoes. Get into Pelt Shoes, man. They've got all the different styles and brands that you're looking for right there in stock, ready to go. And if you've not been into a Pelts, you're going to be amazed at how much stuff they actually have. Whatever brand or style you're looking for, whether you need Nikes, you need Crocs, you need Hey Dudes, you need some heels or boots or some boat shoes, stuff for the beach. Maybe you need some rain boots lately. You can stop in there and get them right there at Pelts. They have 6 locations throughout Pinellas, Sarasota, and Fort Myers. Stop into a Pelts today. Make sure you tell them Galvin from the Mike Calta Show sent you.
It is crazy the amount of rain that we've been getting. I mean, yesterday all of South Tampa was flooded. I had very little minimal flooding here, like puddling and stuff. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, we really needed the rain.
Are you still we needed it or we don't need this much?
I like the frequency in which it rains here. It rains for about an hour and a half every day here in the early evening, and I still have 1 or 2 spots on my lawn that are dry. So if we can get it all saturated, plus I planted a palm tree. Tom planted a palm tree a couple of months ago, and I needed to make sure that that's gaining some roots.
2 things. One, it makes me very difficult on the trails with all this rain.
Oh, I bet.
Because it puddles up like crazy, so I've been having to do road running, which I don't like as much. But then also, my lawn, it happened so fast that I didn't realize it until it was terrible. It was just brown, like over, obviously a few months back, whatever. I'm like, oh no, this is terrible. And my lawn guy reached out to me and he goes, hey, it's looking a little rough. Are your sprinklers working? And I'm like, I don't know. And so they came over and did the sprinklers, did everything. Within a week, just as green as could be. Yeah, I was like, oh, so.
Well, this rain definitely helps it for sure.
I saw a video yesterday in like Town and Country, and the truck, all the cars are stopped because they're flooded, and there's a truck plowing through, and all the other cars are moving like
really?
They're like floating. Yeah, it's wild over there.
I talked to Olivero, who was trying to get on the veterans.
Yeah.
And he said it was just flooded. And I saw Orlando put up a video of him driving through South Tampa, and it was like up to the doors.
Yeah, and then Azariti, she had to get out of her car and walk home because the water was too deep.
Oh, man. So she just leave her car there?
Yeah, and John Senni had to do that too a couple days ago.
Too deep.
Yeah, like you can't drive. So they're walking home because you can't drive through the flood.
Listen, our kids.
Get a little raft.
Yeah.
Yeah, our kids are going to be dealing with some serious issues, man, because it's going to just get worse and worse. And I'm not talking about climate change or global warming. I'm talking about just the flooding itself. Yeah. It's not going to get any better if they don't do anything.
The cars were literally floating away in Town and Country.
I'll never forget that when I had the Hummer, I was like, oh, thank God, because I was leaving when I worked at 98 Rock at the time. I was leaving to go up Dale Mabry, and everything was up to the doors, and nobody could move. Yeah. And I could drive over everything with the Hummer, but I couldn't go too far on the sidewalk because I was afraid it was in a fire hydrant. I couldn't because it was that high. I couldn't see the fire hydrants. It's crazy.
What are we gonna do when everybody's driving electric cars?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Good luck.
Like.
So starting out news with some sad stuff, there was yet another school shooting yesterday. A 14-year-old boy in Georgia went into a high school with an AR-15 and killed 4 people. 2 were students, 2 were teachers, 9 others were hospitalized. The suspected shooter was apprehended and is going to be tried as an adult.
So I read a couple of things. I read some mainstream news sources that said that he was taken down by a citizen with a gun.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and that, did you read that Spanish or no?
I did not read that in particular, no.
And that, I want to know if he shot only 4 people because that's all he got, or because, like, was he going after people?
4 were killed, so 2 students, 2 teachers, and then 9 others were hospitalized.
Oh, so he was just spraying.
Yeah.
He wasn't particularly going after
14
anybody.
years old, man.
Yeah.
14 is insane. I don't know. I can't imagine having that much anger in your body at 14. But although those are the years that you're going to do it, if you're going to do it. Like I'm talking about anger, not shooting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but also, do we even know anger or whether it's just something else? Who knows what?
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, you think anger, kill people. You think anger, but.
I don't know. I haven't done my deep dive on it yet, but I know that the FBI apparently he's been on their watch list for about a year.
Last year, yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see if there was any type of contact between the FBI and him. Like we know there was a couple of shooters that have had contact. Like that one kid ended up buying a brand new truck and Daniel Defense weapons that are very expensive, and he lived with his grandmother. Yeah, so
let me ask you. These people who have contact with the FBI and all that, like when you watch a movie where a guy is being picked to be a secret agent, like a Jason Bourne or any of those guys, they always get the loner there, and they always see him and they find a guy that's easy to manipulate.
Yeah.
And so what if these guys? What if this kid was a potential Jason Bourne guy, and he was like, he rejected it, or it didn't stick with them, and then they let him go, and he was like, now I got to kill everybody.
It's not only is that quite possible, but the more with things like the WikiLeaks and the Department of Homeland Security's press briefing, where they said that they've been able to use mind manipulation tactics on U.S. citizens. It starts to get real interesting when you see a lot of these shooters and how they're acting when they say they have no recollection of what they were even doing. Yeah. But it's, you hear that the FBI contacted him or they've been on the watch list, and you wonder, was that because they were watching him or were they manipulating him?
In contact with him. Yeah, or contacting him, in contact with him. But I mean, you find out all this different stuff about MK Ultra and the CIA and all these different things where you're like, well, Charles Manson was a lunatic. Well, guess who he was working with?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's legitimate stuff. It's not crazy conspiracy theories. That's legit stuff.
It always goes back to Sirhan for me, who killed Robert Kennedy and still to this day has no recollection of it.
I thought the Manson stuff was like teetering on the edge of working theory or factual, and then I started looking up how many times he was arrested and let go. Like just
but what were they arresting him for? They would arrest you for jaywalking back then.
Yeah, so you're right. right. There were some arrests where you go, all right, that's like kind of pitter patter or whatever. But then there were arrests where they were accusing him of conspiracy. They were saying like he was distributing drugs back then, which back then distributing drugs was a huge deal. Yeah, and then same story. A guy in a suit would show up. He'd talk to a couple of the officers, and then Manson would be let go. And it makes you wonder. It's just like Tom Cruise in that American-made movie.
Yeah, but he also just could have been a rat.
For sure. I mean? Well, that's the other thing is he very much could have been an informant. I'm not arguing with you.
I'm trying to think of what the other side of
so
that is.
Then if we tug on that cord, then you think about like the guy who was an FBI informant with the Proud Boys. And if he was an informant in the same way that Manson was an informant, now it's,
and then the governor of, was Michigan or Minnesota, whichever it was?
I think it was Michigan.
Yeah, and the whole plot to kidnap and all that stuff, and then 5 of them were informants.
Out of 9, 5 of them were informants.
But informant just means that if they've arrested you for something, or if they have the possibility to arrest you, and they use that against you and say, hey we won't arrest you if you're just turned somebody. So a lot of these guys could have just been saving their ass,
maybe, or what the term that we know as informant that the media tells us is not the same meaning that the FBI has for some of these people. Like we know informant as that, but what if informant means you're working for the FBI in a capacity that you're no longer allowed to speak of, and we would never know.
Yeah, that could be very possible. We'll never really know.
No, we won't.
But this all goes back to this school shooting that we're talking about. I also think a lot of this, especially during that age of 14, that rage and anger. I mean, you can be mad at a girl, you can be mad at a guy, you can be picked on, you wake up that day and your hormones are just raging so high that you're like, today I'm going to make my mark,
Yeah.
And also there's been so many school shootings now where it's like. Everybody's kind of like, that's just what you do.
Yeah.
Now you're mad at everybody. I'm no longer going to beat up a kid after school. I'm just going to shoot all the other kids up.
There was a very interesting study that was released, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, where they said that the radiation that is put out by screens can be tweaked. And there are certain frequencies that cause emotional spikes in people. So if a kid is 14 and he's on his computer and the FBI knows that he's on Facebook doing all these things, it doesn't seem like it's a possibility, but it is plausible to think that they're using screens to manipulate radiation.
The other thing is that let's dial it back a little bit and forget the conspiracy end of it and just say if the FBI had this guy on a watch list, it's because maybe somebody in his neighborhood called and said, hey, Creepy Larry up the block is really doing some weird stuff. And they go, okay, well, thank you. They can't just go to Creepy Larry's house and arrest him. They just be like, all right. And they have to make a note that we got a call about Creepy Larry. And then turns out Creepy Larry, but it's not like the FBI, just because they got a phone call on him, is going to watch a kid 24 hours a day.
You're right. Yeah, but also FBI is not just showing up at Creepy Larry's house. You know what I mean? Like, that's federal stuff. So you're calling local police first.
If I call them and I say, hey, I got a high school kid who is, very angry with his teachers and has threatened in passing to kill his teachers, and they go, okay, it's an empty threat, but we got to.
But are you calling the FBI for that, or are you calling local police? You know what I mean? I don't think people are going straight to the FBI.
Yeah, I would call local police, but I go back to. I mean, this is simple. I'll go back to ask you, Galvin. When you were in high school, who was the kid who was going to shoot up the school?
Yeah, I can't remember the name, but I know what you're talking about. Like, everybody knew.
I can name the 3 kids in my school who would probably be the ones to do it.
But
everybody knows.
But when it comes to this, how many of these kids are going to be on the FBI watch list before we say, okay, you guys need to do something before they go shoot somebody?
That's my whole point, Carmen, is that you can be on an FBI watch list because somebody complained that you're a weird kid, but there's nothing that they can do about it.
You're not going to be on the FBI list for being a weird kid.
This kid was posting online last year pictures of guns and threatening like shootings and stuff. And they had interviewed the father, and the father had said that there were hunting guns in their house, but they said the son had no access to any of these.
Yeah.
And then he had denied the post at the time. But now I guess that's what initially set off the FBI was that
but there's
he was
also
posting threats online and posting pictures of guns.
That'll do.
And there's also the crime there. There's no real crime there.
Right.
Posting threats, isn't that?
Yeah, but that's that's one of those things where you go there and you say, hey, and the kid said, I didn't do it. And they go, okay, well, don't do it again.
I'm sure whatever social media platform it was, they alert something when that goes off.
It's just, Carmen, I get what you're saying, but it's legally, there's not there's not a lot that can be done unless there is a crime where they can go and they arrest the kid or they do something. I mean, now he's on a watch list. That just means that they got a call about him and, they're familiar with who he is.
And I get that, but I'm saying like with over time, like we have new laws because of social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now going on with the times, and we know school shootings are a thing in our country. We also know that once you get put on an FBI watch list, your chances increase of that shooting actually happening. Like we have to update the laws to.
Yeah, but do you know how many kids have probably threatened with guns and done all that stuff? Like the FBI watch list isn't 7 people; it's probably thousands and thousands of people, and they can't watch them all just waiting for them to do something. It's impossible.
I get that, but I'm saying, like, let's say once you're on a watch list, then you are no longer allowed to live in a house with guns. And I know that sucks for the parents, but again, you need to do better with watching your. I'm just saying,
the law. You can't do that. You can't change the law. I mean, that's.
But you can change the. You can update the laws. You can change the
try
laws.
to take my guns away from me.
You can create, but you can create
take my guns away.
Yep.
You can create new laws, but I mean, think about those 2 parents in Michigan that were held accountable for their for that boy. For you know what I mean? But that's updating the laws. That's changing with the times. Like I know that it's not in place now, but I'm saying with history and the kids that are on the watch list and then the shootings that happen that follow after, there has to be something that they can do.
Yeah. Once I started reading about how the CIA was manipulating other countries through proxy wars and manipulating citizens to do mass shootings or bombings or whatever in other countries, that changed my whole perspective on what they were able to do here and how they're able to.
Kids,
impressionable
teenage 14-year-olds.
Right.
Yeah, because I used to think, before COVID, really, I never used to think that our government would do anything like that to us. And then after COVID and just reading about what our government is capable of overseas and seeing some of the stuff here, it kind of freaked me out and makes me question everything.
And at the opposite end of it, my son, who's as gentle as a lamb, he's still in that age where you're like, "Hey, Joe," and he's like, "What do you want from me?" Like he's in that teenage year of, "Why are you talking to me?" Because they're just so filled with those hormones that they are growing and they don't know a lot. And they're frustrated with their friends and life, and they start worrying about being adults. It just gets to be a confusing time, and sometimes those kids do dumb stuff.
Yeah,
and that's just it.
Do we think the parent should be held accountable at all if it's the father's gun or if they were involved?
So here's the deal. If my son is 18 years old, he grabs one of my guns out of my locked safe and does something, it's not my fault.
But why does he have the key, or why does he have?
18 years old.
Well, what if it's your daughter and she's 13?
Yeah, well, then you're irresponsible if you're leaving guns.
Like this kid's only 14 years old.
Yeah.
Right. So now is that on the parents?
Yeah.
Yeah. If your parents were interviewed by the FBI and you tried to assure the FBI that we only have hunting rifles here, but all of a sudden the kid is using your AK-47 your AR-15 to shoot up a school, that is definitely
the fact that a 14-year-old can get a gun is crazy.
I know.
But let's be honest. If you're on your way out, if you're like, "Hey, I'm doing a murder-suicide thing," you can get a gun. You can go take all your money and go buy one somewhere on the internet, and then there you go.
At 14, though?
No, not legally.
Yeah, I'm saying, to me, that a 14, like the idea of your daughter getting a gun, that's crazy.
It's insane.
Because she's what, 13? My daughters are 13 and 15,
No. My daughter wouldn't even know. I got guns in the house and she doesn't want to see them.
Right.
So the idea that she can go get one, it's insane.
It's crazy to think that.
Yeah, see, I always think like these kids that end up on the watch list are good targets to be manipulated because like your daughter and your kids have these relationships with you as parents where they're not posting anything crazy online, but as soon as somebody post something crazy online as a kid, because of the way my brain works now, I think that's, a highlighted person to be able to manipulate.
Right, because they're like, hey, there's a problem with this person. Oh, we'll take care of it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
I think
there's a direct correlation.
I think what I'm trying is like 18, I understand how they could get a gun, but 14 blows my mind.
Yeah,
it's
wild.
But in some states where like hunting is
sure, you've been
legal
since you were 10 years old. Yeah,
right. Then kids are allowed to have guns.
But I mean, that's the parents. That's their. If your 14-year-old's getting access to a gun, I think that's on the parents 100%.
Yeah, sole access to it without
at that age, 18 is different. 14 is crazy.
You want to know when the manipulation? Why? I agree with all that stuff from the government. The earliest forms of manipulation from the government. You ever talk to a recruiter for the Navy?
Oh
Right.
man, yeah.
They will lie to you. We have a place in Hawaii you can go to. You ever want to visit the Europe? We have stations over there. All you got to do is blah blah blah. And then next thing you know, you're signing up right there without your parents. They're locking you in without their parents there to make you think that the military is the best thing to do. And not that it's not great for a lot of people, but when you're in high school and you're trying to think about your future and you're worried about paying for college and they're telling you, but we'll pay for all your college and you get to see the world and
And
just sign right here.
And it's a lot like whenever they get false confessions, you just get to the point where you're just like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're very, very persistent.
Yeah.
When I was a senior in high school, I almost went in the Marines because I went to the recruiter.
Yeah.
And looking back now, I realize, they act like they're your friend.
Sure.
And the way
Tell you how much fun it is.
they were getting information out of me and then using that information back
100%.
to try and
100%.
coerce me to get that. Because at the time I had a piece of garbage stepfather. I was trying to get the hell out of Newport Richie any way possible.
You would have been better off in the Marines.
Yeah, and they got that information out of me. Next thing you know, he's like, "Oh yeah, man!" And he's telling me all these great things. You can go here. We'll send you around the world.
You're already used to sleeping outside?
Yeah. And then I remember I got a speeding ticket. At this point, I told him I'm not going to go in the Marines. I don't want to go in the military. And I'd gotten a speeding ticket.
Take care of
and
it.
they had called me and said, "Hey, man, we can make this go away, make it real easy." He's like, "If I go to court with you," he's like,
Right.
"It'll be fine." He's like, "We can make, but you got to sign up." And it was crazy the amount of manipulation. And I'm 17 years old.
And my thing was financial. I didn't have any money, and they were like, "Oh, you won't have to pay for your room. You won't have to pay for your food. You won't have to pay for anything. They pay for it all, and you'll see the world, and you get money for college." I was like, "This is the greatest thing ever."
I remember
and Danielle Mazzola broke up with me, so my heart was broken.
I remember telling him how I hated Newport Richie and I hated it. And he's like, "Hey, man, when you graduate," he's like, "you can be out of here in 2 weeks."
Yeah.
He's like, 2 weeks, you'll have money, you'll have this. I was like, wow, that sounds really great.
Yeah.
But,
Could you imagine if you did enlist?
oh, man.
Marine jail.
Yeah. I was very, 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 very close.
You would have been in Iraq and all that in the height of everything. Dude. Yeah.
But
Because that was
okay,
You would have said,
1998.
this is my rifle. This is my gun.
Dude, yeah.
So I almost signed up for the Navy as well. And my nephew Tommy went into the Navy, and when he did, we got to watch what the Navy recruits do. They go, I think it was in Chicago or somewhere in Illinois. They go there. First, it's the minute that he got there, they made him give him his cell phone and all of his stuff, get rid of everything. And then they were running. The first. I would have been like, "No,
You tricked me. You tricked me.
I want to go to Hawaii."
Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump are set to debate each other next week. It'll be happening on Tuesday for the first time after their campaigns on Wednesday agreed to the ground rules set by the host network, ABC. September 10th event in Philadelphia will use the same rules and format as June debate between Trump and President Joe Biden. Both campaigns had previously agreed to hold the debate on that date, and that the candidates' microphones will be live only for the candidate whose turn it is to speak. Yeah. During a town hall,
I want to hear. You're wrong so much.
During a town hall with Fox News taped on Wednesday, Trump said that he would let Harris talk first during the debate, would let Harris talk during the debate. The former president also said his approach to the debate would depend on how fair he perceives ABC News to be, but he noted that the strategy is to sort of feel it out as the debate is taking place.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
So you might come out with a couple of, "You're wrong." I don't know how he's going to do it. He'll have to yell it.
Hey there.
I don't think his campaign wants him to do that, though.
I don't think they do.
I know
either.
what America does.
Nah, I don't think so. I think if you're a Trump fan, of course, but I think the people that are moderates in the middle, they want him to just.
I like the live audience too.
It depends on the right time and stuff, but also the microphone thing gives him that beat where instead of saying something, he gets a second to think. And that was what we were talking about whenever Joe Biden, and then it came back to Trump, and he goes, "I don't know what he said. I don't think he knows what he said." That was perfect, because if he would have said that over top of him, it wouldn't have worked as well.
Hey, imagine you're Joe Biden. You were bullied out of being president.
Dude.
You were bullied out of being president.
He's now in the same school as RFK Jr. and Bernie Sanders. They got bullied out of being a nominee. They got bullied out of this.
Except He's a president.
He was. Yeah.
No, he still is.
Well, I mean, is he? 'Cause he's just kind of
Where has he been?
around.
He's got the title.
I still love the meme. It's like Joe's going to be so upset when he wakes up and find out what happened.
So speaking,
Are we sure she's going to win?
No,
I don't know.
I mean,
I think it's going to be very, very close in a couple states.
the things in my opinion, that you want to look at is where is the money located in our country? Are they moving it more towards the middle class or more towards the elites? If they're moving it more towards the elites, Harris is winning 100%. It depends on, is China moving in on the energy platform, which they have been? Is Russia going to move in on the energy platform? They're trying, but they got cut off with all the pipeline stuff. China's been selling nuclear reactors to third world countries. So, where do we stand in the energy battle is really what it's going to be.
well,
I don't understand that at all.
So right now, the entire world is fighting over clean energy. That's the big push because they're trying to get rid of oil. Right now, the reason why Trump is doing so well is because he's in with OPEC and the Saudis. They back him always, right? So that's why you're seeing the Democrats push more and more towards clean energy, solar, wind, all that stuff. Other countries around the world want to use clean gas, natural gas. Allegedly, we may have cut off, the pipeline that Russia was using to supply natural gas. So right now, we're the leaders of clean energy. China's moving in on that by selling nuclear reactors to a lot of third world countries. If they continue on that path, you'll see more and more countries side with China rather than with us because they're providing energy to countries that haven't had internet, clean water, the ability to build infrastructure.
Okay, I understand what
you know
you're
what I mean?
saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate when Spanish has to be smart.
Sorry.
Bugs me. I like it when you're stupid and you poop in my toilet.
Most of the time, that's what it is.
Spilled coffee. Late for the show.
So this doesn't help. We've heard about Facebook and Twitter now suppressing all kind of information and stuff. Well, Alexa just got caught being biased towards Kamala Harris, complimenting her while kind of trashing Donald Trump. Amazon said, quote, "This was an error that was quickly fixed."
Yeah.
That stinks. Did you see the video?
No.
So they had it on video. They said, I don't want to say it loud. Tell me why I should vote for Kamala Harris. And it said, well, Kamala Harris is this, blah, blah, blah. And she's a woman and this, and that. She's a woman of color. And these are things. Blah, blah. And then it said, tell me why I should vote for Donald Trump. And it said, I cannot give you information to vote on it. Yeah. Oh, you didn't see it at all? All right, you want to try it? I'm sure it's been fixed. Alexa, tell me why I should vote for Kamala Harris. Alexa, volume 8. It says I cannot provide content that promotes a specific political party or candidate. That's what it said for Trump. Well, no, that's what it said for Trump yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And then when you asked about Kamala Harris, it gave you all the reasons to vote for Kamala. Yeah.
Did Amazon admit to it, or
They said it was a mistake.
Yeah. I know that.
How is that a mistake, though?
Sometimes
somebody who's working there, did it and was like, "Yep, that's what it does now."
There was a couple news articles that we covered during COVID about different companies like Twitter censoring people that. Now, if you look up some of those same articles, they're no longer on the internet, and it's very weird to think that they've been scrubbing through a lot of that stuff. Like you remember when Elon Musk bought Twitter, and they had all those reports that the Twitter was in contact with the FBI.
Yeah.
Well, now when you look some of that stuff up, specific names of people who were in office in the administration of the FBI and Department of Justice are no longer in there. That you can look up. Yeah, it's super weird.
Had it, dude. I mean, look, we're not. It's not like we didn't know this stuff existed. Like we didn't know that it was going on. But now that we could see it,
it's weird.
It's these are things the government should keep away from us.
I agree.
The responsibility isn't not to do it. It's to make sure we never find out about it.
I agree at this point.
Yeah. Once you guys got sloppy with that Kennedy assassination, you really screwed everything up. After.
Just don't rely on social media platforms for your information. That's what it comes down to. But people are just lazy, and that's what they go for.
Google did another one of its look backs on the top who, what, when, where, and why questions we asked last month. Some of the different ones. Who is speaking at the DNC tonight? What does monkeypox look like? Oh, no.
Oh.
Yeah, people are trying to figure that out. Have you looked?
I have, yeah, trust me.
When does the Love Island reunion air?
Hey.
Important stuff like that.
Love Island.
Where to watch the Love Island reunion? Peacock, I guess it's a popular show. And why is everyone saying demure?
Oh yeah.
That video.
My daughters had to explain to my wife the other day why everybody was saying that.
Very cutesy, very
Yeah.
demure.
My wife knows all about that stuff. I don't know how she finds out. Her boyfriend must fill
Is
her
she
out
on
with everything.
TikTok?
Is she on the?
She's on Instagram.
Yeah, if you're on
Yeah,
social
I'm on
media.
Instagram, but I don't know half the kid stuff.
It's whatever your algorithm's dialed into.
I don't
And
look up
who you
scribbity doo
follow.
and rizza and all those words the kids use.
Well, what was supposed to be a love letter to Mexican fight fans has turned into a Dana White vanity project with a production tag north of $20 million. UFC 306 at the Sphere, which Mike is going to, also known as Noche UFC, during the September 14th in Las Vegas, is headlined by bantamweight fight between reigning 135-pound kingpin Sean Sugar O'Malley and now the biggest star in the UFC and number one division contender Merab Dvalishvili. Ticket price opened at a staggering $3,000 a piece for nosebleeds. That's for nosebleeds, with premium seats running as high as $12,000. Well, less than 2 weeks until showtime, several thousand seats are still available, including resales. The lowest price ticket now is below $800. So yeah, that went from being like 2,000, 3,000, whatever, 12,000 up front. Now they're down below 800.
It's crazy. I'm looking forward to going, but mostly for I don't know. I assume that going to the Sphere is going to be great for the fights. You know what I mean? I just assume.
They're saying it's going to be kind of weird depending on where you're sitting because of watching the screen and stuff, and whether you're going to have a proper view of it or whether you're going to be able to see. I think you're probably going to have decent seats, so you'll probably be closer and be able to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how the setup is, but it'll be fun to be there.
Do you know where your seats are?
No, I have no idea.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I would have found that out a lot.
Well, they're VIP seats, so I'm sure they'll be fine.
They'll be good.
Yeah.
That's going to be weird because the audience is only on one side of the octagon.
Yeah.
Because the way it's set up.
Really?
But yeah, I think that the big screen, the wall behind it is going to be whatever's in the octagon.
Yeah, it'll probably
You'll
look
be able
like
to see
the
everything,
audience.
Yeah.
I wonder whether that's going to throw the fighters off.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're fighting and you're seeing stuff move over here, and you're like, who am I fighting?
Do they shut that off when the fight starts happening? Because even on TV, I feel like it would be weird to see stuff. Like
Well,
that.
I mean, they'll angle the cameras so that they have it, but I don't know.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see
cool.
for sure.
I saw it with you too. And there are some of the clips, and at one point they make it look like they're on a city street.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And there's a crowd in the street. It's so crazy how they can do that.
It's wild.
Dude, I'm looking forward to going. I really am looking forward to going to Vegas. I'm looking forward to seeing a UFC fight. I haven't been to a UFC fight in probably 5 years, so
That's gonna be
it'll
cool.
be awesome.
That'll be a good time for sure. This is pretty interesting. I don't know if you know anybody that is involved in this. According to a new survey, a lot of Americans dabble in hoarding to some degree. Half of us say we have at least one room in our home that is unsalvageable due to all of the clutter.
I don't know anybody like that. I don't know what you guys are looking
I'm
at.
trying, man. I'm got rid of the bar. So,
Good job, Gio.
baby steps.
Now we
So
got
empty.
Then we got all empty space. Over.
Yeah.
No, that's
But the good thing is you're not bringing any more Funko Pops in. Or I'm sorry, is that a new
I don't know
one
why
over there?
that's brought up.
That's a very cool Funko Pop,
That
though.
Oh,
Yeah, I
It's
like it.
Michael-
I think
Oh,
it's
so
cool.
only the very cool ones.
It's Michael
Yeah.
Corleone sitting
Yeah.
in his office chair.
That is pretty cool.
You got a couple of Hula Girls.
Yeah.
You got
I love
Animal
the Hula
House.
Girls. Listen.
You got Back to the Future.
That's Michael Corleone and his brother Sonny,
Yeah, I got it.
and they're being celebrated properly behind me.
Yeah.
I have
in
no
all
problem.
four.
Interesting.
Hoarding means like if you just put them in a box and just stick them in
Yeah.
the thing, and you go
Yeah.
like, I can't do anything with
Yeah.
these.
You got lava lamps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, like
No,
hoarding
thanks.
is a room, but that also has like rats and roaches that nobody does anything about.
No.
You could be a clean hoarder. You could just
I
be
guess that's true.
a person that has a ton of weird stuff.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Galvin
whatever.
really hates a lava lamps.
Well, do they even work?
No.
Didn't they
Yeah.
all break?
Yeah, they don't. work.
They need light bulbs. They need light
Oh,
bulbs. That's
geez.
all.
Hoarding,
What is
the
the-
act of collecting and keeping large amounts of items.
What?
Yeah.
Not me.
That is
Not you.
That
You're saying not you. Have you ever told a little white lie, like maybe whenever you were
just did.
young? When you were young and it totally backfired? Or has your kid ever done it? And you're like,
Oh, yeah.
you can tell you're lying, whatever.
Joe in the weed porch. That
Yeah.
totally backfired.
So someone asked a bunch of people on Reddit. Here are some of the different answers that they had. A guy told his classmates that he had a girlfriend at a different school, but one of the kids' moms was a teacher at that school and confirmed that girl does not exist. Busted, Brian. Idiot.
I told everybody that my name really wasn't Mike.
Oh yeah.
That my real name was Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd that work out for you?
I don't know why I thought Frank was such a cool name.
That's pretty cool.
Then they came home and my mother was coming home, and I remember my mother put the key in the door, and the kids were like, "Hey, Mrs. Calta, is Mike's real name Frank?" And she's like, "No." Right in front of the kid, I go, "Oh, Frank."
Isn't it amazing when you're a kid, some of the things you think are cool, and then you grow up and you're like, why did I think that was cool? I thought, like, every motorcycle guy that I had, I would name him Slick. I thought that was such a cool name for a stunt guy. I'm like, this is Slick.
Can I show you something? Do you remember Stretch Armstrong?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Stretch Armstrong, did you have one of those?
I did. I did.
Stretch Armstrong was a doll that was filled with some sort of gelatinous material that you could just pull it and pull it and pull it and stretch it. And, supposedly you couldn't break it, but eventually you're going to break it. And then that's the one thing I remember from my childhood that my father did. My Stretch Armstrong broke, and my dad fixed it by boiling water or something. I don't know what he did. He did something with the steam, and he melted it back together, and he fixed it. I was like one of the greatest things he ever did.
He probably just got him a new one. He's like,
No, I watched them. I watched them over the stove, and I was like,
pulls
this
it
is
out of his back
magic.
pocket. There you go, idiot.
I have a Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah, of course you do. Hoarder. You sure that's not Sid, the wrestler?
No.
That just passed away?
But do you know I have this here? I meant to show it to you, and I keep forgetting. I found this when we were sagging out the garage. Stretch Armstrong solidified.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You ever want to see what's inside Stretch Armstrong?
Did that just break off?
No, all right, no. Hold on. Listen.
Don't do that.
Not stretching anymore.
No.
I'm not hurting him.
Frozen.
Yeah, you could do
That's crazy.
sound effects for movies.
But look, I mean, look at it. It's I always
Wild.
when I was a kid, I thought it was purple on the inside.
Yeah.
It could have been.
Something. But look at that.
You didn't play with them enough.
When we were a kid,
No.
it was probably purple inside because there was lead and stuff.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, we got to change that.
Yeah. I don't think I had the gel Stretch Armstrong. I think I had the one that had like the beads instead.
Sand. This one
yeah.
felt like sand was in it.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to do it. Hold on.
Yeah, they mine had beads too. I feel
Right?
like they
Yeah.
changed it. I think.
Well,
Yeah.
Here, look. Here's Stretch Armstrong's foot.
Damn.
Yeah.
Eat it.
No.
Yeah.
What?
It's like a gummy foot.
Yep.
Gummy butt.
No,
Gummy foot.
Don't taste that.
Yeah, that's not good for you.
Well, it's a good thing we have that shelf there for Stretch.
Yeah. Some of the other stuff people lied about and got busted. A kid wrote his sister's name on the wall in crayon to try and frame her for it, but his sister was way too young and didn't know how to write yet or anything. Hey, dummy, that's not going to work out for you. What about someone pretended to be blind because they thought glasses were cool, so they just had sunglasses on, pretend they were being blind.
Awesome.
The parents paid for 3 different doctors before one realized it was completely a lie. You got to beat that kid.
Oh, you're in it too deep now by the second doctor.
Someone made a fake Valentine's Day card for their stepdad from a secret admirer, put it next to his bed to try and cause drama.
For the mother?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Probably didn't like the stepdad.
Gio, you
I
could have
figured-
done
yeah.
that.
I didn't think about it.
Kid cracked their new phone and claimed it happened when the teacher took it during a test. They didn't expect the mom to call the school to complain, and the teacher was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And then someone failed a math test in 4th grade, and their parent had to sign the test, so they tried to forge their signature. They did it in crayon.
Oh.
No, not great.
For some reason, it just makes me think of Steve Ranazizi pretending to be a 9/11 in the World Trade
That's
Center.
wild. That is wild.
Yeah, what did he say he was?
I think he said he was in one of the towers.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
remember, he had to admit it on Howard and like
yeah,
come
so
clean.
the comedian Steve Renazizi, he made up a story about where he was on 9/11, and it steamrolled out of control because he had told it once or twice, and it kept growing, and then finally a reporter was listening to him tell the story and was like, that can't be possible, and did some homework and found out that he was lying. And then he had to go on Howard Stern's show and confess to it. He's been in the studio with us before.
He talked about it.
It said he lied about working in the South Tower for Merrill Lynch and that's how they figured it out. And he kept describing the experience of escaping death and getting out of the building in time.
That's crazy. Probably wasn't even there that day.
This one, last one. While their parents were gone, some kid prank called 911 and said that there's an escaped murderer in my house. When the parents got back, the place was surrounded by police because, obviously they're going to come and show up for that.
You know how they figured it out? The New York Times found out that Merrill Lynch never had an office in the World Trade Center.
Right.
Nor was Ranazizi ever an employee in their entire database.
Well, that was
but
easy.
That's a big, like, at least do a little research before you lie.
But I think what he said, like, he was doing an interview and he was like, and he said it as a joke, and then it picked up steam and it was helping his career.
Yeah.
So he just kept going with it, not thinking that anyone would ever find out.
I mean, I have definitely, exaggerated stories while telling it for entertainment purposes, and not Hey, I was in 9/11, but I was not in 9/11. But I was there a couple of days beforehand, and we narrowly escaped before it happened. But my buddy Frankie worked next to one of the buildings that came down or was shut down because of fire, because of it was close to the World Trade Center, and at the time. He was a graphic artist, and all his stuff was on disc. And he broke into the building while it was on fire, and controlled fire. But he broke into the building and went up there to get all his discs, so that he didn't want to lose all his work. So he went in there and got his. I was like, "You're an idiot!" And now he's a fireman. He didn't even do it. You moron.
We talked about earlier. We were talking about pie, how everything, all good pies are good.
Razzleberry.
Well, today is National Cheese Pizza Day. Pizza pie. Cheese pizza solid.
That's my go-to.
Yeah.
I don't need toppings. Yeah.
No pepperoni?
I mean, it's okay,
Psycho.
but I like just cheese pizza.
I like thin cheese pizza, extra cheese, well done.
Yep.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
I need toppings.
Okay.
I like toppings.
Yeah.
I don't mind toppings, but if it's just my choice,
I'll put a
cheese.
human foot on a pizza. If it's I like a topping.
You know what I do for toppings, which is I think a little bit weird. Like, people aren't ordering this normally. If you're ordering pizzas for people, I like mushroom and onion.
That's what my wife gets.
Yeah.
Sausage and mushroom.
Yeah.
I'm a
Sausage, mushroom.
veggie supreme.
Yeah. I do not like green peppers. I like veggie
I love
pizzas
green
without the green peppers. Green peppers give me headaches.
Really want pizza right now. Really bothered.
You want me to order one for us on Uber Eats?
Oh, come on.
Queen guitarist Brian May suffered a minor stroke. He said he's doing okay though, and he can still play guitar and everything. So I guess it's
Sucks.
minor, but yeah. Well, getting old.
I know.
Getting
but
old.
Like you, I imagine if that ever happens to me, I hope I'm around somebody that can let me know, because I've heard so many stories of people that have a stroke and they don't realize what's happening.
Sure.
And they're alone.
Yeah, and they're alone, and then
What
it just
is
gets worse.
happening? Like, what do you feel?
So usually, like, depending on where the blood clot is,
Yeah.
it's like a striking pain. But like, for instance, my great aunt had a stroke, and she was alone. Well, she was with her husband at the time, but he had Alzheimer's, so he wasn't really able to do anything. And
I'm having a stroke.
yeah, and like
Who are you?
The story was like, for days her face was drooping and she didn't really know what was going on. And by the time they got her to the hospital, they were like, "Yeah, you had a massive stroke."
Oh,
Well,
man.
one of the things is confusion also, because you don't even know that it's happening.
Yeah, and then by the time they got her to the hospital, it was she went from being fully handy capable to she had to be in a wheelchair, and it was devastating. Yeah,
That's why I'm glad I have my wife to grow old with.
Yeah.
Because she's younger than me, and she will have no problem pointing out. She'll look at me and go, "Yeah, do you have a stroke?" That's what she'll do. Your face is drooping more than usual.
What if she
look weird?
What if she had the stroke? What are you doing?
You push her out to the lake.
I know.
You know how it goes, Gio. You hope the alligator's hungry that day.
One of my aunts had a brain aneurysm and died. Yeah.
That just happens, right?
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh, that's got to be rough.
That's the worst.
Well, you hope with the woman from Game of Thrones, Khaleesi had an aneurysm, and she survived, and she didn't even know she was having it. She just had a massive headache, and it went on for like
The young girl?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And I think it was Jason Momoa was the one who was like, "We got to get you to a hospital right now because if you could be having an aneurysm." She didn't even want to go.
Wow.
Yeah. They
That's
saved her
rough.
life.
Speaking of health problems and stuff, Jamie Foxx or the person that's playing Jamie Foxx, will address his serious health scare during a one-man show he's doing in Atlanta on October 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's a weird thing to do.
You know what? Every time I hear one of these stories, I immediately think of Kanye West and how he was outspoken, saying all these things, was against Adidas. Now, but don't hear a peep out of him.
Yeah.
Don't hear a damn
And he's
word.
like 2 inches taller,
Yeah.
and he's always
Yeah.
in a mask.
They
Yeah.
replaced him.
Yeah. If you like look at pictures and stuff like that, they'll do like the side by side of him like next to a phone booth or you know what I mean, something not a phone booth, but
Right.
something
for
something
scale. Yeah.
something that's relevant, but something to scale, and it doesn't match up. Like even him next to his wife now, Bianca.
Do yourself a favor if you haven't done it. Go to YouTube and type in Kanye West, George Bush hates black people, and then Kanye West bangs his head on stop signs.
Yeah,
that
that's good
is
too.
such great video of him walking, trying to get mad at the paparazzi, and then smashing his head on the sign. It's so awesome. It's one of those. It's such a great payoff video.
I also love the one where he's like enjoying himself at some sort of award show or something. He's laughing, and then he notices the camera's on him, and the way he goes,
Yeah.
just totally stops smiling.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
The craziest was DeMar Hamlin, how he had this big neck tattoo that when he got sick, went to the hospital, all of a sudden the tattoo is gone.
Gone.
Yeah,
Also-
but on black people, it's hard to see tattoos sometimes.
I agree with you, but this, like the photos that they had of him, I mean, yes,
There
you're
was
right,
a tattoo,
but
and then-
this was, clear as day that tattoo was
Also,
gone.
remember whenever they had him in the box at the game, and they're like, "There's DeMar Hamlin," and it's like smoke and mirrors and stuff. And you're like, "Is that a human? I can't even tell."
He has a hat and a mask on.
I'm like, that may have been a horse. I'm not even sure what
Can I
that
just
was.
tell you, I put my tongue on Stretch Armstrong's foot, and it's burning.
Is it really?
Why
I
would
told
you
you
do
that's
that?
Poison.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
Eh,
You don't want that.
you probably just became immune to some crazy disease.
I'm sure whatever they put in there is totally fine for you to eat. No, I know you're a big fan now of the Hawktua girl, Haley
Love her.
Welch. She is getting her own podcast. What is she going to call it?
Spit on that thing?
Talk to her. It premieres next Tuesday. Her first guest will be Whitney Cummings.
Oh.
I guess is it with Jake Paul or Logan Paul?
his company, their podcast.
Yeah. Ugh.
Is Josh here? Can you dip your head out there and see? Josh is our singer for our band Pitbull Toddler. He has another job where he works with NASCAR and with a driver and something, and he is getting. Will you give him? He needs circle stickers. Will you give him those? I assume so. Don't we have some around here?
Oh, they're there, right
There
there.
Let me see. Which one do you got?
Those ones.
Yeah. See if that's all he needs. And he's putting it on the NASCAR.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I
I
like it.
wish I was more excited about NASCAR.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's cool to have this.
Right,
you know
right.
what I mean? And
I tried to get into it for a minute, and
Yeah.
I couldn't.
It's not that I'm against it. Everybody said when you go to your first NASCAR race, you'll fall in love with it. I did, and I didn't. I couldn't wait to get out of there. It
Yeah.
was too loud. I'm going to be the first person to tell you that I am not that cool alpha male guy. I'm kind of. I want to be home and I want to be in a comfortable blanket more than I want to be at a racetrack where it's loud and drinking beer.
I
all
also
the time.
do not like loud stuff like that.
no.
Like I like loud music, but I don't like. I'm like.
I'll fight you if I have to, but for the most part, I'm a delicate flower, and I need attention. And my wife, we sit there like Archie and Edith in the TV and the chairs and watch TV, and she just leans forward in the chair and I go, "Where are you going? Where are you going? What are you doing?" She's like, "I have to pee," and I go, "Okay, just checking. I just want to know where you're going to be at all times."
Green Day were pulled off stage during a show in Detroit last night after an unauthorized drone was spotted nearby. Oh,
That freaks me out.
Yeah.
Take them out. They returned about 10 minutes later after Detroit PD, quote, resolved the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good to be careful with that
Yeah,
kind of stuff.
absolutely.
But that's also some kids like, I'm going to watch a free Green Day show.
Yeah.
I'm a drone.
Speaking of other concerts, Oasis has added 2 more Wembley shows due to overwhelming demand.
Is that 6 nights at Wembley?
I guess, yeah. Yeah. That's a lot. And this is something, she's new. A lot of people really like her. I dig her. I think she's great. And this is a pretty good idea. And hopefully other bands and artists will do this. Chapel Roan canceled tickets to an upcoming Tennessee show that were bought up by scalpers so that they couldn't resell them to fans.
really?
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so they bought all these tickets and stuff. And she goes, "Yeah, those are canceled now."
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but how do you fix that?
What do you mean? How do you fix that?
Like, how do you actually go and give the people of Tennessee show.
You do a show, so they bought up a block of them. So they bought these all up, and you can tell whenever one person purchases a big amount right there, or whatever. So unless they were having a party, which they probably weren't, it was the day. But if you bought tickets, you're fine. The show's still going to go on. There'll just be a big empty area, I guess, and she'll be like, "Yeah, those were scalpers."
They really got to figure out how to stop the AI bots from doing stuff like that. Because remember when PlayStation 5 came out, no one could find them anywhere because people were using AI bots to buy up all of them and then resell them.
Well, Oasis said they were going to cancel any tickets from like StubHub or third-party resellers so they can control it more through Ticketmaster.
You know what, though? I don't know. I find StubHub to be fantastic to find tickets that you can't get to concerts. Like, I don't even go to Ticketmaster. I go to StubHub.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm going to pay a little more, but I know what I want, too.
But sometimes it's a lot more.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you're paying 4 or 5 times the face value.
But that, I think StubHub, and what I use StubHub for, because I'll use Ticketmaster because that's, whoever they're using, whatever. But StubHub is if it's sold out. Or
that's what I mean.
Or if the better tickets are already sold out on Ticketmaster, you can buy them from StubHub, where you're like, all right, I'll pay more, but I want to be up there.
The thing is, the bots are going in and buying the tickets in mass quantity, so it's always sold out,
right?
No matter what, so you have no chance of getting a face value ticket.
No, it's really you really don't.
Yeah.
And no matter who you are, if you're not just ultimately lucky, you're sitting in the crap seats,
right?
This is an interesting dichotomy. Florida will soon be issuing Margaritaville license plates.
Oh, no. Driving.
Yeah,
that's not good.
Yeah, people are, don't like the idea of mixing cars with songs about alcohol, so they're like, me.
Yeah, but Margaritaville is taking on a whole new meaning. It's almost like Parrot Head. It's
a restaurant. Like that's his restaurant is Margaritaville.
I wonder where the money goes because usually those, plates, those license plates, the money goes to
but there is a
conservation,
a Margaritaville conservation thing. What, anybody have a license plate?
Vanity one? No.
Yeah, not a vanity one, but like, what's the state plate that you have?
Mine's just regular state plate. My wife, I got her a lightning one. So
yeah, we have a couple of lightning ones too.
I had the Bucks one years ago, but then I
used to have the Bucks one on the Hummer. I loved it.
Yeah,
the black one. Yeah. I have a couple of lightning plates, and but we offer more than any other state. I have to look and see what's available.
They have everything.
I don't know. I don't have a car. Maybe that's the part of the problem because I don't own a car.
Does anybody have a vanity plate? Does anybody have anything that?
I tried.
Yeah,
I tried to get Calta on my license plate for the Sprinter, and it was taken. And I tried variations of it, and I don't know. And after a while, I was like, I could do Calta Show, CLTSA, and forget about it.
It's
not a big deal.
Finally, in news, the new Dancing with the Stars cast was announced yesterday.
Can't believe that's still on.
How many of these stars will you know?
Don't tell me who they are. Just give me the name, and I'll see if I can tell.
Okay. Anna Delvey.
Nah, I know I've heard that name before, but I don't know who that is.
Maybe if I say it this way. My name is Anna Delvey.
Oh, yeah. She was the one that they made that movie
she
about.
Conned everybody. Yeah. The scam artist, Anna Delvey.
Was she the one where she was like, why do you dress like that?
Yes, this is ugly.
Yeah.
Oh.
But the actual girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, the actual real girl.
Okay.
Hey, Joe, show everybody that's on it.
No, there's no names up there.
Oh, well, they can't recognize faces now? I mean, all right. How bad do you have to be at your job?
All right.
How
Just trying to be helpful.
I'm not looking.
helpful to.
I didn't see anything.
I'm not looking.
Just following along.
I think the cast looks great.
Unbelievable. Well, Gio knows. Gio, don't guess any.
No, I won't.
All right, I'll give you another name. I'm not going to tell you what they do. Dwight Howard.
The basketball player.
Yeah, there you go. In Spanish, said, oh yeah,
It's Magic. He's on the Magic, right?
No, it's Mo's brother, Mo Howard. Yeah, wise guy. Eric Roberts.
The actor, Julia Roberts' brother, who's been a guest on the show.
They took my thumbs, Charlie.
What a great job in that movie.
Danny Amendola.
Danny Amendola played for the Patriots.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Super Bowl champion. Chandler Kinney.
No.
Drives.
I know one Chandler Bing.
He drives the number 4 car.
Oh, Chandler Kinney coming around the track. Yep. Here we go. Nope. Actress Chandler Kinney.
It's a girl.
I will see. I'm sure she's a smoke show. Let's see. Yeah, she's very beautiful. 24 years old.
Chandler, a girl name.
What is she known for? Zombies 2, Zombies 3, Pretty Little Liars. She's in Pretty Little Liars. Lethal Weapon. Oh, the TV show. Okay. What happened to that? Who was that? Was that Stifler? And no, that was some other dude. No, yeah, it was Stifler.
Stifler and Damon Wayans Jr., wasn't it? Or something, one of those?
I think it was Stifler, and then they changed it to a different guy.
Stifler was Riggs?
Yeah, it was Stifler.
Yeah.
And then it was Clayne Crawford.
Yeah.
Love Clayne Crawford.
All right, another one. Ilana Mayer, and I don't even know if I'm saying that right.
John Mayer's sister.
Ilana Mayer, Ilana Mar, or anybody?
Nope.
She's a model.
No. They describe her as a rugby minx. I guess she was in the Olympics. Was she?
I do know who that is now.
Oh,
She's a big, giant, like.
She's no minx.
What
Yeah.
is
You
her
mean the
definition
rugby
of
the
minx?
rugby links?
Yeah, she was the one that like broke the play at the end. It was all over Sports
She's-
Center.
Yeah, she's like the one who's like really outspoken.
Yeah.
and
She is very square jawed.
She
Yeah.
won the game. It was like
Yeah.
at the last second she took the ball or the
she's
whatever
their
it is.
bulldozer.
Yeah.
Basically.
I'm telling you right now, I see her, I go, she plays rugby.
Yeah.
She's good. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
She basically won the gold medal for them.
I know what you're
Remember it was
talking
on
about,
Sports
yeah.
Center.
This one's another Olympic pommel horse guy, so you're not going to know that. Brooks Nader.
Brooks Nader.
Country singer.
Or Nader, maybe. Brooks Nader? Brooks
Ralph
Nader.
Nader's
Brooks
daughter.
Nader.
No.
Brooks Nader. It's a girl or a guy?
You tell me.
It's a girl.
Okay.
No, it's a guy.
Okay.
Brooks was here. I don't know.
It's a girl,
Okay.
and she is a singer.
No.
What is it?
She is a smoking hot model. Yeah. She is Sports Illustrated there. She's 27 years old, 5'8". Yeah, she is very good looking. So good to see her dance. It'll be nice. How about Phaedra Parks?
Phaedra?
Phaedra. Phaedra Parks. I know this one.
I have no,
So if that helps you out at all, the trash that I watch.
no Phaedra idea. She's
She's
on.
a porn star.
No.
No, she's on
Some reality show or something.
Vanderpump
No.
Oh,
Johnson's.
Love Island.
She is from Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh.
And I like Phaedra. Phaedra's good. Phaedra will be good on there for sure. Yeah, a lot of that for sure.
Galvin, excuse me. I
Yes,
have to
do
interrupt
it.
you.
Go.
Here we go, Bone Fam. The Bone Bonus. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine. Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This hour's Bone Bonus keyword is
Love. This hour's keyword is love.
Love.
Yes, head over to the 1025, the Bone app now, and enter love, Love, before 30 minutes past the top of the hour, and that $1,000 Bone bonus could be yours.
And you must win us, buy us a cheese pie because it is cheese pie day.
I was about to say the exact same thing. I would say I would love if we ordered pizza.
Oh yeah.
I choose the pie. So this is the list of the Dancing with the Stars, the cast that was announced. The last two you certainly will know.
Okay.
Tori Spelling.
Yes,
She's
from
gonna be on there?
90210.
They said if she does a bad job when she gets kicked off, Ray Pruitt pushes her down
Right
the
down the
stairs.
stairs.
Wow. Right
Where
down the
she
stairs.
deserves.
How do you
Donna
talk to an
Martin
angel?
graduates.
That's
Yeah.
on her face. And then
How do you talk to
This-
an angel?
this may actually get you to watch the show.
Oh,
From Die Hard,
from Die Hard. So it's not Bruce Willis. It's not Hans Gruber. Is it?
and Family Matters,
Oh.
And
Reginald Vel Johnson.
who used to bang P. Diddy?
I guess he's trying to make his name right, or I don't know what's going on. Or they
Nelly.
were like, hey, let's try and get the guy that used to bang P. Diddy.
Is he still
man.
fat?
Joe, you want to show the picture?
I'll find it.
He was always kind of out of shape.
Yeah.
Hey, Zal.
I have seen him recently in some commercials, right? There was something about their dad says something, and he comes and says something.
He's everybody's TV dad.
TV dad, yeah. So I mean, basically the same, just older, and
Dude, I'm telling you right now, the Burt movie, what was that
Machine?
movie called? The Machine?
Yeah.
That Burt movie with the Urkel reference at the end, that I do that was one of the funniest, most unexpected lines in a movie. Like, I remember watching that at the premiere, and I was like, oh my God, that's great. That was just great.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he ever say what the joke build up that he did in that movie was? 'Cause I remember he mentioned it once on air where he said he had a joke that was building up the entire time. Was that it?
I'm sure that was
Yeah, okay, all right.
And it was weird because before the movie, he went out of his way to talk about how she had never seen Family Matters before.
Okay,
so,
all right. That's cool.
Yeah. So when you saw that line, you were like, oh, that makes so much more sense now. I like to point out that I sat next to Christy Mack while I watched the movie. and
She's
I
so
enjoyed
hot.
every
You
second
did?
of it.
And that actress is gorgeous. That blonde that was in the movie with him. Oh, I liked her. Yeah.
I don't
She
like
was good.
blondes. I don't
She
like
was-
blondes.
She was definitely good in the movie.
I don't like blondes, but I'm into Mukbang Mommy lately.
Oh, bro, she's the best.
Well, there you go. That is it for news.
All right, Calvin, thank you. Oh, Mukbang Mommy, Carmen. She eats food in her car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She knows.
There's a lot. Well, I was gonna say there's a lot of girls that do that.
Yeah,
So
I
I don't know who you're talking about. But
She's just like this cute little girl. But I don't normally like blonde girls, but I find her to be particularly attractive. And it's not the food. I don't like watching her eat. It kind of grosses me out a little bit.
I love watching people eat.
Yeah. Do you really?
Yeah, I love watching mukbang videos.
Oh man, I don't want to watch guys eat, girls eat. I like when they present the food when they show you how it's made or they say, "Hey, this is what we did." But I don't want to watch people shove it in their gullets.
Yeah.
I like both of it.
They're all doing them in their cars now, which
Yeah.
is so weird
Yeah.
to me. I don't know.
Carmen
if
said the lighting.
is it? Or I figure it's just an algorithm thing
Maybe.
that's pushing it through Instagram because everybody's like a ton of these girls just sitting in their car, even guys too, sitting in their car reviewing
This
like
girl-
fast food orders and stuff.
Well, it's
Mukbang
the-
Mommy, she wears pink gloves, rubber gloves.
Yeah.
Because she must have a tub in there because she's pouring syrup all over everything, and I'm like, her car must be trash.
Well, so there was like there's like a tray that fits around your steering wheel and around your waist that they set on themselves and stuff like that. But it's the lighting and also the sound.
Somebody's been doing
Carmen
some
knows.
research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your
But-
own little studio.
Listen, yeah, but I love watching those videos. I really do. And then a lot of them will be like, I'm going to order what the person ordered in front of me. And then they'll go through a drive through and they don't know what they're getting. And they'll be like, and they just get the exact order what the person ordered in front and then they eat it. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to try that.
This girl, that the Mukbang Mommy, she is like a little girl. She's not fat or anything. And she's like, today I'm going to try the Chick-fil-A McGriddle. And I go, well, that's two different restaurants. How is she going to do it? She went to two different restaurants.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
put the chicken on a McGriddle. And I went, man, that's
Have you seen Kaylee Eats?
no.
That's the one that I've been watching, and she'll do the same thing where she's like, I'm going to only eat kids' meals for a day. And she goes to like every fast food restaurant and gets a kids' meal. Or today I'm only going to eat Taco Bell. And she,
Or I'm only going to eat blue items.
yeah. It's
I
like
do
things like
watch
that.
a lot of girls that have no arms, but like little
Wait,
tiny
what?
baby hands instead of
is that
arms.
happening?
Yeah,
My-
but if you combine that and if you get Mukbang Mommy with the little hands, that would be my ideal thing.
T-Rex mommy.
Yeah.
86 hands. If you're not watching 86 hands,
dude.
86 hands is great.
I love that guy.
Muck Rex Mommy would be even better.
Yeah.
Oh, the internet definitely does not disappoint.
Some guy was like, dude, thanks for turning me on to 86 hands or whatever. What is it? Is it 86
I think it's real 86 hands is the.
And I go, that's not me. I'm not a creep. That's Gio.
Dude, I said it in Spanish all the time.
Yeah, he's so
He
good.
takes his little. He's got these little like chicken wings arms.
He always taps the
and
thing.
he taps the burgers and
It's a tap. It's always a tap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so great.
A couple of things I want to remind everybody of. First of all, we have an Instagram at the Mike Calta Show. If you're not following us, you should be ashamed of yourself. I put up some old school pictures yesterday for a Throwback Thursday. I was a little early, but I put them up there. One is a picture of all of us at a Gatsby themed Christmas party from a couple of years ago. And Carmen, the best is somebody commented another thing Carmen wasn't invited to because she's not in the picture. And then there's a picture I found of me and some old Buccaneers and Aerosmith. from the time that I broke Steven Tyler's glasses.
That's the best.
Oh, dude.
I love that story so much.
It's what it'll definitely like when people are like, you should write a book. I go, no,
Yeah.
and then I go, oh, I got one good story.
That's one story that I wish we could animate with AI or something because that is such a colorful story. I mean, you just said-
But also Big Dick with his just negative
Yeah.
energy. I understand you're mad. Why are you breaking Steven Tyler's glasses?
That's so good.
And then the other thing is our own Carmen and her boyfriend Chad, who we've all been following. He's the new head coach of Chamberlain High School.
2-0, undefeated.
Yeah, a school that has not won a game in 5 years is now undefeated.
Until now.
What's that?
You said hadn't won.
Sorry. They're now undefeated. They've started their first season winning their first 2 games and handily winning them.
Yeah.
And I believe it's all for the food that Carmen is making them, but it could have something to do with the coaching as well.
Maybe.
Chad Wood is his name, and he is nominated this week in the Buccaneers for Coach of the Week. So if you'd like to go vote, it's up on all our social media. It's up on our Facebook. It's in the links in our stories on our Instagram. If you want to take a second and go vote for Chad, that would be pretty awesome.
And it ends today at noon. So yes, please.
So
and
get
thank
on
you.
it.
Thank
Get
you.
on
Thank
it.
you.
All right, we got to take a break. Martine Gramatica will join us next, and we got our first football picks of the season. Yeah, I'm very excited. So Mike Calta Show, this is 102.5 The Bone. My poor lady at the front, man. I had Martine, Josh, the tech groomer, the car wash guy. Everybody's all here at one time today. She's like, hello, Mr. Calta. It's me again. I do that pretty good.
That was really
good. Yeah.
Everybody but the pizza guy.
Where's
Got to
he?
give some love to Gia, who is one of our number one listeners. She just said, let me Apple pay you money for pizza. And I said, no, never. I go, it's not that we can't afford to buy that pizza. We just want a pizza. We just want, and there's not a lot of pizza places open at 8 o'clock in the morning. Just saying. If Three Brothers was cool, they'd go. I'm just kidding. Pretty cool. Martine Gramatica is in the studio with us. How are you, buddy?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm very good. Congratulations to your son, who had an excellent start to his USF career.
No, exciting. Yeah, I always tell people I can't believe how nervous I was for kickoffs.
Yeah, I know, but you know,
but it's your kid.
But yeah, it's not only is it your kid, but also it's a reflection of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, because you were so good at it at playing football that if he's not as good, they're all gonna be like, oh, Martine, what you do? It's your fault.
My fault. No, but I always tell them because they ask him that all the time, and I just tell them you're your own. So don't even worry about what you know.
Right.
Both of his uncles played there. You know, I played at that stadium, so there is a lot of pressure before you even kick the ball. So I'm like, just do your thing, and if it's meant to work out, it's going to work out. If not, the thing that I'm most proud of is just hard work.
Yeah.
Because nobody's
those kids are out there kicking. I see their videos all the time. They're busting their asses.
Yeah, they're working every day. So.
And your daughter too.
She's first middle school game today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we'll see. She's kicking and kicking off. So
that's awesome.
She wants to stress me out every day of the week.
Yeah.
I need one day.
I was just explaining to Martine during the break. I love my kids, man, but they really ruined our lives. They really. I mean, look at you. You look like you're 60 years old. What are you? 40 years old now? I'm just kidding.
You're right. I feel like I'm 60.
They just completely take over. You have to love kids, and you have to love your kids because your life completely changes. And I mean, I'm into softball, volleyball, and dance, of which I don't want to see any of that. But I got it. That's my life now. I'm dedicated to all of those things.
See, I'm glad I love sports. So, and then the sports that they're playing, I played soccer and football. So that's fine. Now, if I had to do dance or gymnastics, I'd probably be a miserable dad.
Yeah. It's like you can't even go in there and watch it. So I got to just go and sit in the car. I don't know, I'm complaining about it like I'm the one taking them too. It's all my wife's show. Let's be honest. Anyway, Martine is here. Martine joins us once a week during football season because we got to do our football picks. So I'm excited for week 1. But what did we decide was going to be the penalty this year?
So the penalty is
I'm glad that you're the authority on this because somebody needs to speak strong with it.
Yes. The penalty for the football is that the loser, the absolute loser, so whoever loses comes in last, pays $100 to the winner. And then each person, depending on what order they come in, pays to the winner. So 6th place, so loser would be 7th place because there's all of us here. 6th place pays $80, 5th, $60, 4th, $40, 3rd, $20, 2nd, $5, So the winner will be paid in total $305.
Perfect.
From the different people.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's not the money. It's the whole point that there's a structure and that we have something all. I'm the only one with a tattoo. I just want to point that out to everybody.
And each person has to lay their money in cash on the table as the winner has a cigar.
Bring it in.
Yeah.
Bring me Beckles.
And just like last year, the tiebreakers will be broke by losses.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So the least amount of losses.
Losses, yeah.
Hell yeah. Thank you,
Yeah.
Carmen.
There we go.
I'm excited for a lot of reasons. Obviously, football is fun to watch. You got Buccaneer football happening, but we also have betting with the Hard Rock that I'm excited about.
Yeah.
We also have fantasy football to play. I mean, football brings so much joy on so many levels to so many people. I wish there was a way to carry it further through the year. So, well, it's back. Let's not waste any time. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to do week 1 football picks. Is there a particular order that everybody will consider fair or not fair? I was just going to go around the room.
Well, Joe often copies everybody's picks.
Oh, that's not true.
Yeah.
He beat me last year.
I'm just saying,
Yeah, I think if you just pinball.
I'll mix it up a little bit. Week 1, the Baltimore Ravens at the Kansas City Chiefs. Is that tonight?
That is
Yeah.
tonight.
No, tomorrow night.
That is tonight.
Tonight.
Thursday.
That is tonight.
But there is a game tomorrow night too?
There
Yes.
is. Tomorrow
Yes,
is the
yeah.
Brazil game, which will be Philadelphia and Green
Packers.
Bay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Gio, we'll start with you. The Baltimore Ravens at the Kansas City Chiefs.
I will take the Kansas City Swifts.
All right. Martine.
Chiefs as well.
I will take the Ravens. How do you like that?
Of
Joe.
course you will. That's your team.
That's my
That's
team.
your shirt that you have.
Chiefs.
Galvin.
I will go Chiefs.
Spanish.
Chiefs.
Ian Beckles.
He is
Ravens.
Yeah.
You both have the list?
Yeah.
I have, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Who's going to give it?
Yeah.
Carmen, you want to give it or you want me to?
You can. I know you didn't have that one, though.
Yeah, I did not. Thank you very much.
All
I
right.
appreciate it.
And
Carmen.
Carmen.
Chiefs.
The second game tomorrow night in Brazil, the Green Bay Packers at the Philadelphia Eagles. Galvin.
Eagles.
Gio.
Packers.
Ian.
Packers.
Spanish.
I am going to go Packers.
Martine.
Packers.
Man, I got Jalen Hurts. I'm going to go Eagles. Joe?
Eagles.
All right.
Packers.
I didn't even ask you yet.
I know
I
you
was
were
about to go Carmen.
No, you weren't. You're about to move on.
Carmen's not invited
Yeah.
to the football picks.
The Pittsburgh Steelers at the Atlanta Falcons. Ian Beckles.
He is taking Pittsburgh.
Carmen.
Falcons.
Joe.
Steelers.
Martine.
Falcons.
Gio.
Falcons.
I will take the Steelers. Galvin.
Steelers.
There you go.
And I'm going to take the Falcons.
I didn't get to you yet.
Okay.
Spanish.
Falcons.
All right, good. The Arizona Cardinals at the Buffalo Bills. Galvin.
I am going Buffalo.
Joe.
Bills.
Martine.
Bills.
Ian.
Buffalo.
Carmen.
Bills.
Spanish.
Bills.
Gio.
Bills.
I'll take the Bills as well. The Tennessee Titans at the Chicago Bears. Martine.
Titans.
Gio.
What? Oh, sorry.
Titans at Bears.
Oh, Bears.
Carmen.
Bears.
Ian.
Bears.
Galvin.
Rookie of the year, Bears.
Spanish.
Titans.
I will take the Bears. Joe.
The Bears.
All right. The New England Patriots at the Cincinnati Bengals. Galvin.
Bengals.
Martine.
Bengals.
Gio.
Bengals.
Joe.
Bengals.
Ian.
Bengals.
Bengals. Spanish.
Bengals.
Carmen.
Bengals.
There you go.
Yeah.
Got everybody. The Houston Texans at the Indianapolis Colts. Spanish.
I am going to take. I'm going to take the Texans.
I too will take the Texans. Joe.
Texans.
Galvin.
Texans.
Martine.
Texans.
Carmen.
Texans.
Gio.
Texans.
Ian.
Texans. Can I switch? Is it too late to switch?
Yes.
All right.
What'd you? Oh, you. Yeah, you were,
We all have Texans, so let them switch.
Yeah.
that's fine.
Switch to the Colts.
Okay. The Jacksonville Jaguars at the Miami Dolphins. Carmen.
Dolphins.
Dolphins. Martine.
Dolphins.
Ian.
Dolphins.
Galvin.
I'm going to go with the Dolphins, but I'm going to say this is under duress because I have a feeling, but I'm going Dolphins.
What do you mean?
Oh, do I have a gun to your head?
What does that even mean? The cons are forcing me to think.
Joe.
Dolphins.
Gio.
Dolphins.
Carmen.
Dolphins again.
Yeah, no, did we pick it? Did we, Ian, Spanish?
Spanish.
Dolphins.
That Ian thing throws me off. The Carolina Panthers at the New Orleans Saints. Gio.
Saints.
Joe.
Saints.
Galvin.
Saints.
Spanish.
Saints.
Martine.
Saints.
Carmen.
Saints.
Ian.
Saints.
I was going to say, why don't you just do Ian last? And we'll make it easy.
Yeah, I guess he's not here.
Okay.
And I will take the Saints as well. The Minnesota Vikings at the New York Giants. Spanish.
I am going to take the Vikings.
Joe.
Giants.
Galvin.
I switched this, and I went to the Vikings.
Woo-wee.
I will also take the Vikings, although that's I have the Vikings. Martine.
Giants.
Gio.
The Giants are ass. I took the Vikings.
Carmen.
Vikings.
And Ian.
Ian is going to take the Vikings.
All right. The Raiders of Las Vegas at the Chargers of Los Angeles. Carmen.
I'm going Chargers at home.
Galvin.
Chargers.
I will take the Chargers. Martine.
Chargers.
Gio.
Chargers.
Joe.
Chargers.
Spanish.
Chargers.
Ian.
Raiders.
All right. The Denver Broncos at the Seattle Seahawks. I will take the Broncos. Galvin.
Seahawks.
Gio.
Seahawks.
Martine.
Seahawks.
Joe.
Seahawks.
Oh, I think I might have picked the wrong team. Carmen.
Seahawks.
Spanish.
Seahawks.
And Ian.
Seahawks.
All right. The Dallas Cowboys at the Cleveland Browns. Spanish.
I am going with the Cowboys.
Joe.
Cowboys.
Gio.
Cowboys.
Carmen.
Cowboys.
Martine.
Cowboys.
Galvin.
Cowboys.
Cowboys. Ian.
Cowboys.
All right. The Washington Commanders at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Martine Gramatica.
I'm going Bucks.
Gio.
Buccaneers.
Carmen.
Buccaneers.
I will take the Buccaneers. Spanish.
Buccaneers.
Galvin.
How much is corn? Buccaneer.
Joe.
Bucks.
And Ian.
You take the Buccaneers.
6-9. Galvin's out.
The Los Angeles Rams at the Detroit Lions. I will take the Lions. Martine.
Lions.
Gio.
Lions.
Carmen.
Lions.
Joe.
Lions.
Galvin.
Rams.
Oh.
How you like that?
I don't. Spanish.
I too am the Rams.
And Ian.
Lions.
Well, all right. And our final game, the New York Jets. Finally, Aaron Rodgers will get to play
Willie.
at San Francisco. Galvin.
I am going Jets.
Carmen.
Jets.
I will take the 49ers. Spanish.
I am taking the Jets.
Joe.
49ers.
Gio.
Is that at New York?
No,
No.
at San Francisco.
At San Fran.
I'll take San Francisco.
Martine, did I ask you yet?
No, not
I'm
yet.
sorry.
Jets.
Jets at San Francisco. You take the Jets.
Jets.
All right. And Ian.
49ers.
That's Ian?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. There you go. That is week one of our football picks. I don't feel good or bad about them. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's week one, so it's a little weird. You know, you're going off of last year and what you saw in preseason, or you may just be guessing. Who knows? But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Spanish. I just realized we didn't call Cody.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
How'd that work out? We got him on video? What's happening?
Well, yeah. Yeah, but he's still, I mean, I've been texting him all morning about what we were planning on doing, so he's available.
Okay. Just text him and let him know we'll do it next. Sorry about that. Martine Gramatica, you will leave here and go over to Lifeguard Imaging?
Straight there.
Yeah?
Yep.
I every once in a while, we're doing the show and I see you on the new, what are you on, Fox 13?
Oh, I was there yesterday.
Yeah, and your little pink shirt. Yeah, I see what's going on. How does Jen Epstein smell?
Wait,
Wonderful.
what?
I bet you she smells fantastic.
I'm pretty sure she does.
Yeah. Oh, you never got a little whiff?
Well, I mean, I didn't get close
He's
enough.
not
We said hello.
Would you do me a favor next week where you go, hey, would you mind if I could just sniff you, Mike Calta would like to? I bet you, he says
For
you
you,
bet you smell
anything.
great. Yeah.
For you, anything, Mike.
Thank you. Get really close to the neck, in the nape of the
I
neck.
really don't want to do that, but I'll do it for you.
I understand.
So,
You're a good friend,
So
Martine.
if I get smacked, punch in the
No, you
face.
ask her first. So you don't whiff without asking. You just be like, hey, you mind if I just get a little
Jen Epstein hurt my feelings a long time ago, and I still haven't gotten over it. When we were at your kickball tournament, and she came out, and she goes, who's the sweatiest out here? And then she hugged me, and she goes, oh, Galvin is. And I went, oh! Like, come on. That's
she
so
made you work
rude.
the hardest. I started making a
list of women you want to smell?
yeah
Okay.
of the hottest TV news chicks
Yeah.
in the Tampa Bay area, because there's a lot of them. Because we were a little Pappas crazy for a little while, because she's beautiful, like she's gorgeous. But I gotta tell you, number one on my list, Lockerbie moved up to number one. I mean, she is. Have you seen her?
No,
Caitlin Lockerbie on Channel 10. She's not on right now, but she is gorgeous.
She's very distracting.
Here's the thing. I was up close to the TV, changing the channels.
Trying to smell it?
Yeah. I gotta get close to the TV because if I don't, it changes all the TVs in the room.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I was really close to the TV, and then she came on, and we locked eyes, and I felt like her eyes pulled me in, like the poltergeist ghost just pulled me into the TV. There's a beautiful girl on NBC that does sports, the local NBC affiliate. There's, of course, Jen Epstein. There's Annie Mapp on FLA. There's Pappas, of course. I just started
By the way,
making random
this
lists.
guy is reading this off his phone. He made a list.
I made a list. It's right here.
You are cheaper.
Wow.
Why did I initially pick this up? I was going to tell Martine something. Well, anyway, smell
Smell
Jen.
Jennifer. Anybody else? Or
Not there.
Okay.
I've smelled Russell.
Charlie?
Russell Road
Yeah,
smells
Charlie,
pretty good too. Yeah, don't smell Charlie. I've been Charlie smells like a little bit like whiskey and a little bit like sweat. Russell Road smells like peaches. He's delightful. And Jen Epstein, I bet you just smells like caramel and sweetness. Just give me a full report when you come back.
next time. I don't know when I'm going back. They just randomly invite me. So
Well, just
once I do,
let me know
I
when
will
you're ready,
let you know. Or I can text her. What?
No, I want you to smell her. Wait till you're there. Wait till you're there. Yeah.
All right.
I follow a gentleman who goes by America's Cobbler. He's a shoe repair guy, but he is just amazing. I've been a fan of his online on Instagram and didn't know he lived here in the area. And he reached out because so many people went in there and said, hey, they were talking about you, whatever. So we became like kind of online friends. And he invited me to go over there and all that. So I didn't go over there yet, but I enjoy watching his videos. Well, he made a video the other day that he woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning and he had some pains, and he ended up going to the hospital, and he had to have 2 stents put in.
Wow.
His Widowmaker was 100% clogged. Had no idea. The guy's in good shape. He looks good. He's skinny. Had no idea. And I thought, this is something that if you went to Lifeguard Imaging, you would have known right away, would have never got to this point. And it was such an example of how somebody almost died and could have had such an early heads up notice that their arteries were clogged, because it's a deadly silent killer. You have no idea.
Right. No, and that he's lucky because
he's really lucky.
Yeah, because especially the Widowmaker. That's why it's called the Widowmaker. So yeah, no, he's very lucky. As a matter of fact, this morning at like 5 a.m., I found a message on my Instagram. One of our patients, a listener of your show, that we found thyroid cancer in his wife.
Oh, man.
Early enough that she's going to be okay.
Oh, wow.
And
That's great.
She's going to the doctor actually today, so I just messaged him back. So, I mean, it was this morning. It's incredible, Mike, the things that we're seeing every day. And now I'm going on my 4th year.
Yeah.
And it never, I mean, we get surprised, but then you really don't, because now you just don't know. We've pretty much seen anything that could be going on wrong in somebody's body, we've detected.
Can I tell you on a different view of this? My wife had some abdominal pain, and if I have abdominal pain, I'm like, I guess whatever it is. I know she's right away the worst. Said, what if I have a tumor? What if I have something? Blah blah blah. And I said, you went to Lifeguard and they scanned you, and she's like, yeah. I go, if you had a tumor, they would have saw it. Well, I mean, obviously, not. I don't know, could have grown afterwards or whatever,
sure.
but. The only thing that gave her peace of mind was that she did go, and now when she goes back and you can compare the scans, you can see if anything's changed in her body.
And that's why we do our program is where we scan our patients every year for 5 years, because the Legacy Program. Because if anything develops between scans, you're going to catch it early. If something's happening between scans, it's going to be caught so early. And the other thing that we've added, I don't know if I mentioned last week, is the carotid ultrasound.
Yeah,
that's for stroke. So when you guys come back, we'll have that machine.
Well, I want to come back next week.
Let's do it.
Once I saw the cobbler, I thought, you know what? There's no reason to put this off. It's such a simple, easy process. You go in there. You don't even have to take your jewelry off. You lay down in there. They put you in the tube. They put you through the hole. It's not even a tube. Right. And and somebody I've said this a bunch of times. If somebody is claustrophobic as I am, I have no problem going in there. It's quick and it's over quick. They give you the results quick, and you leave there with peace of mind. I'll tell you, I can't recommend it enough, especially if you have children. You really want to do everything you can to be around for your kids. And this seems like one of it's like if you could just ask somebody if you're going to die, if say, hey, am I going to die in the next 5 years? And they'll tell you, well, there's a pretty good chance you're going to live, a pretty good chance you're going to die, or live without knowing.
Or you can have something that could be treated, and now survive something that if you would have left alone would have been much more dangerous or deadly. So it's in the technology, the way with our new machine now, we're capturing things even smaller. So I recommend it to anybody. I tell all my friends to come do it, and some of them will tell you, I feel fine.
Yeah.
But what I tell them is, you want to come in when you feel fine.
Yeah.
Because if you have something going on, we're going to catch it early, and then you literally can survive it. So
how many times do you hear the story? He felt fine. There was nothing wrong. Died of a heart attack.
Yeah.
Every time, pretty much. Every time the first symptom of heart disease is usually a heart attack. So that's why, I would definitely recommend.
I would like to come in next week. We danced around doing the ultrasound for the colon.
Colonoscopy.
Yeah. But there's because that's got to stick something in your butt, even though it only goes in for 2 inches. Or whatever. I mean, let's just be honest. That's one way you go. I'll be there next week. But with this, it's painless. You don't have to take your clothes off. You do nothing. You get on there, boom, you go in, you go out, and you leave their results. So I'd like to get in there next week. I'm going to pick a day that my wife could go. We'll both go get
We can do a show thing? Everybody go?
I'm definitely going to go. So I don't know if we all have to go the same day, but I'm definitely would like to go next week.
You guys let me know whenever.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be there next week.
I'll be there next week.
The only downside I encountered was a lot of Chiefs memorabilia. So brace yourself, as Frankie's got a lot of Chiefs memorabilia.
Yeah.
We'll bypass his office, and you can go straight to my office.
Perfect.
That's a medical term. Bypass it.
If you'd like to go get checked out, you can go to lifeguardimaging.com or give them a call.
813-582-5222.
813-582-5222. Let them know you heard about it on the show and that you'd like to go in there and get scanned. You can get a free heart scan done. Yes, Kyle.
And like Martine said before, that they've actually put aside spots for Mike Calta Show listeners and stuff, so you can get in quick.
Yeah.
Call right away because, as we fill them up, it may be pushed back, because right now we're booked about a month out.
Right.
So we want to get your listener in right away, so we'll have some.
Because I've met our listeners, and they are unhealthy. They are majority of them are fat and unhealthy, and they all need to listen, Carmen, they know it. I'm in the group, so they need to get checked out so they can be on their way to good health. Martine, thank you. I hope your football picks all fail this week. Good luck to your son.
Thank you.
And your daughter and the whole family. We got to take a break. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Carmen, what is the deal? You go. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
First, I got to go to the hotline and welcome our man Cody Tucker back to the show. Cody, how are you, buddy?
Hey, man, I'm good. How are y'all doing?
Great. All right, what do we got this week, Cody?
All right, so one night in midnight in February of 1998 in Brooklyn, New York, a man named Russell Jones was looking out his window when he saw a car accident. He ran downstairs and onto the street where he saw that the car involved in the accident had now trapped a 4-year-old girl underneath. Jones quickly gathered around about a dozen bystanders to lift the car off the young girl. They were successful, and the little girl was taken to the hospital with 2nd and 3rd degree burns. Jones routinely visited the little girl in the hospital to make sure she was okay. Jones was visiting under a fake name until the people at MTV found out and started showing up to the hospital to try to film it, causing Jones to stop his visits. Why was Jones using a false name, and why would MTV care? Because Russell Jones was better known as Wu-Tang Clan member Old Dirty Bastard.
Damn.
ODB, the Saint ODB, Big Baby Jesus.
That's so cool.
Hey, Cody, how long you been doing this?
These little short videos, maybe a year, maybe.
I gotta tell you, it's one of my favorite things on Instagram. Follow the Cody Tucker Show, and also Cody does a podcast that you can find on YouTube under the same name, the Cody Tucker Show. And we'll check back in with you next week.
Thanks, man. Y'all have a good one.
Thank
Love you, Cody.
I can't wait to tell my wife the ODB story.
Yeah. I got to tell you, I'm glad I get to talk to him because I talk to him weekly, and he's just as weird as I am, and I love it.
Yo, he's got such a soothing voice, though.
Yeah, dude.
But when you do it, it's annoying when he does it. He's like,
Right.
when you're like, Black Rock, he's like, now Black Rock,
Yeah,
over
yeah.
here. And
Oh, are
someone
you guys
goes,
talking sad weirdo stuff and text
No,
messages?
Cody, Cody Tucker's
Cody
not a sad
down.
weirdo.
Nah, Cody doesn't do that.
Cody talks to porn stars on this show.
yeah, he's a blast.
By the way, I'm still waiting for Luke Bryan to come and Cody Tucker's opening for him.
Yeah.
That's such a good country singer name.
Yeah.
Cody Tucker.
All right, Carmen.
Yes.
I need to know a couple of things. First of all,
Okay.
what time are you going to Universal today?
So I planned on going home, packing, and then heading over there. I just ran into Ann Kelly in the hallway, and I guess we're supposed to get some rain in between Tampa and Orlando.
Okay.
So just to try and beat the traffic and
She
everything
feels
like
it
that.
in her left breast when it
Oh,
happens.
yeah.
So she knows,
That's right.
like Gretchen Wiener.
Damn right.
Yep. So basically right after the show, probably like 11, 12-ish.
That's what I'm doing. I'm packing, showering, and going.
Yeah.
Okay. Spanish, you skipping the shower?
What's that?
Oh, no.
That
was
was
a callback.
well done. That was
Yeah.
well done. No, I showered this morning.
Yeah. Okay. So so we're all doing basically the same thing. But
By the way, I've been thinking about like who gets who for the Secret Santa thing, you
Yeah.
know, this year, and I've already got ideas for different people. Like I have an idea for you, I have an idea for Gio, and then I just now, whenever you said that, I'll tell you, you're getting dude wipes if I get you.
Yeah.
I'll take a box of those.
now, what is your plan, Carmen? You're going to go to the park today?
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah, because tomorrow, so you said like you're driving over there. I'm also planning on driving over there on Friday because I'm leaving after the show, right after the show on Friday
Me too.
to come back because,
Same.
yeah, Chamberlain football game tomorrow at home.
Yeah. I need to know what the food is for the game. This is the most important thing.
So tonight, thankfully, we already had this scheduled and lined up. Just a few things changed, but BlackRock is going to be hosting the dinner for tonight.
Black Rock, different from Chet.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. So they're going to be delivering the food tonight. So, and then Chad has the number, so that's all taken care of. And then for tomorrow for lunch, I will be back, but I'm not going to have time to cook.
Oh.
So I made the barbecue chicken last night.
Oh.
And I'm just going to have to warm it up in the crock pot ahead of time.
Sure.
And then I also got salad to go with the barbecue chicken sandwiches.
Boo. Oh, no. We're doing salad. Sorry.
Salad's good. They're athletes. They need healthy
Children,
stuff.
man.
And then we also have one of the kids, his grandpa is making chicken Alfredo for a little side dish. So barbecue chicken sandwich, chicken Alfredo, and some salad for game day lunch.
I call that chicken two ways.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Any candy bars for the kids? Because I feel like they really would love those.
We're trying to
Nope.
win the game, dude.
Yeah.
Well,
Carmen,
candy bars help.
After the meal, would any of them like to lick Stretch Armstrong's foot?
No. I found out you don't want to do that. I still got a spot on my tongue.
Oh, no.
We would like all the kids to be alive for the game. So
I did that to try to be cool in the ocean. They have these things. They have these things floating in the ocean. They look like string beans. And I picked one up, and my daughter's like, "What's that?" I go, "It's a string bean." And she goes, "No, it's not." I go, "Yeah, it is." And I broke it in half. I showed her, and she goes, "In the ocean?" I go, "Look," and I take a bite. Like I just bit it. Like ooh, I can still taste it.
seaweed,
Yeah.
like salt.
I mean, it's salt. God knows what if it's been in a whale's butthole. I have no idea what's going on.
These are super poisonous, but I can't imagine why a human would eat one.
Yeah.
I have a tendency to just eat first and ask questions.
Yeah,
later,
I get that.
Me too.
Weird thing, we went to this beach a couple of weeks ago, right after the storm, and the guy was like, the beach looks a little bit weird, but, it's not as clear because of the storm, worked a lot of things up or whatever, and I went, cool. Went out into the water and came back with like a dozen sand dollars. This time, no sand dollars at all in the water, at all, like anywhere. I was in there digging, like after a while, I was like, no, now I got to find one. I don't even want it. I just got to find it. No sand dollars. I was worried that I took them all last time.
Whoa, that's kind of weird.
I don't know what's none. Like none in that area. The area was so full last time. It just took 2 seconds to reach down, grab one, pull it up. Now there was none in the entire area.
So you were there after the storm and you found
I
sand
was
dollars?
there
Or?
2 times after the storm. One time right after, and then like 3 weeks later.
So I wonder if right after that's like the
best time, yeah.
or if there's a certain time where the sand dollars go somewhere else, or who knows what,
It was so weird how there was nothing there at all. I did pull up several of those little round shells that had animals living inside them.
Those are weird. I like those. Yeah. So the internet says that sand dollars can migrate, but not in the amount of time that it would have taken them to all leave by the time you went back. Yeah.
Yeah. That is weird. I don't know what I did, but anyway. All right.
You messed up the whole ecosystem.
Idiot.
So is everyone going to the park today?
I would like to because I'm not going tomorrow, so I'd like to go today.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'll get over there, put our stuff in the room and then meet up or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. We can't check it. If we all leave by like 11 or 12, we're going to get there before we can check in.
Yeah.
That's
technically.
Fine. Drop your bag
Drop
off
your bag,
and go.
whatever.
I gotcha. Yeah. But like Mike doesn't like rides. I like rides.
I like rides. I just
rides.
don't like the roller coasters. I'm scared. I'm a delicate flower.
I'm more of a man, game of chance.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like the little fair thing they have set up over there.
Calvin's going to gamble.
And everything. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to gamble on which kid's going to fall off the Simpsons ride.
Oh man.
I don't like to be shaken up.
See, I don't mind being shaken up, but I'm very excited for Dr. Doom's Fearfall. That's one of my favorite rides in Orlando. I love it.
Never.
Yeah.
Would never go on that.
Straight
I like
up
all
and
the
drop it
Harry
down.
Potter rides.
Yeah.
That's where I'm headed.
I went
too
on
fat
the,
for Harry Potter.
I don't know if they still have it. Do they still have the Mummy?
I hope so. I like that one.
Yeah.
That was intense.
It is intense.
Yeah.
That's a great movie. That's a great ride.
Yeah.
I tell you, so I'm the only one that doesn't like rides.
I don't particularly care for them. I went on them, but
But that's the cool thing because I'm pretty sure we got like express passes.
Yeah. Are you gonna go to Islands of Adventure or the other one?
I think we can go to both.
Yeah.
So I'm going to both.
So Universal closes at 5, and then Islands.
5?
Yeah, because it opens for Halloween Horror Night.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Islands Adventures open till 8.
Do they do
Okay.
Halloween stuff over there too?
No.
Oh,
Islands of Adventure, you swim into stuff, right? Or no?
No.
They
No.
have like a water ride, but they don't. But it's not water park.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Universal first, and then we go to Island Adventure, which that's where the pillow bread is. Oh, that's
What's
the best.
pillow bread?
It's this weird like pita, like thin pita that when they cook it in the pizza oven firewood thing, it like puffs up like a big pillow, and then you tear it apart, and then you dip it in like hummus.
And then you sleep in it?
Oh.
And so I just have always called it pillow bread, and that's what I call. And they're like, "Yeah, we know what you're talking about. That's not what it's called, but it's right at the front of Island Adventures in the little like
Islands of Adventure.
Islands of Adventure.
You got to learn how to say it
Yeah,
before
there's
we
a little-
broadcast from
And
there.
that little bakery right in the front.
Yeah, to the right. Yeah. The pizza place, basically.
Isn't
Right
it
up front.
amazing how we all have our own landmarks? If you walk in and go left, there's a Starbucks right there.
It's right after the Starbucks.
Yeah.
There's a great little bar right there that overlooks the water.
Yes.
Listen,
Yeah.
fatty can't eat any bread, not even if it's a pillow.
It's very thin. It's healthy because they bake it in the fire oven.
I mean, for you, it's probably
And they serve it with hummus.
Yeah.
Hummus is healthy.
I believe
And-
right by there's a place that does amazing blueberry muffins as well.
Well, now you're getting crazy.
Oh, sorry.
I'm kidding.
All right. Well, anyway, that's happening today, and then tomorrow we'll be live from. We don't really take a lot of phone calls, but I think there's a special number you can call over there. Now, who's running the board?
Dizzy.
Okay, good. So we got Dizzlin, and we talked to him about his hood tomorrow.
Wait.
No, we probably can't talk about that from Universal.
Yeah. Sometimes they project what's in the going on out in the park.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that.
Yeah,
for us.
probably not us,
yeah.
but yeah, in the past that's happened.
I got in so many trouble so many times over there. Like one time, the first thing I saw going by the window was a whole group of Japanese people. So I made them stop at the window, and you could talk to them through the speaker. And I made them say, "Oh no, Godzilla!" And Universal was not very happy with that. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
That's a great story.
We haven't been back in a decade.
Yeah.
The other thing is that you can't bring the characters in and interview them. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Did not.
Like if you see the characters on the streets, you can't bring them in the interview because
they can't talk.
No, because they have to pay them because they're independent contractors, and if they do on air work, they get paid differently. So I went to go see. Drew, I think Drew and John were there one time, and I happened to be at Universal, and I went to walk over there, and Beetlejuice followed me. I go, "Hey, come on in, bring him with me," and I brought him inside, and they were like, "He can't. Beetlejuice has to go." All right, get rid of him. I don't know. What do you want from me? He follows me.
Can't say his name 3 times, and we can't talk to him.
All right, I need to clear the phone lines, which means I got to say goodbye to Medicine Man. Medicine Man.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
The phone lines are clear now. If you want to get through for Dominic Ferriello, ask the Dom. We're going to do that next. 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. Get on the phone lines now. We'll do Ask the Dom next on 1025 The Bone. What did you have? A big court date? The same case every day, or like are you in a big trial, or what are you doing?
No, I resolved a couple big cases a couple weeks ago. Felony murder case was resolved, and some sexual battery cases was resolved. But this was a little bit more emotional. A good friend of mine, a colleague that he and I work on a lot of criminal cases, a lot of DUIs together. His father passed away this week. So he needed help and coverage on some cases. I texted Spanish to let him know kind of my schedule in the week, and so when things like that happen, of course I jump in and was in front of the judge this morning. I had to take care of some. So basically, I was covering for another colleague, which lawyers can do. You can stand in for other lawyers if there's a conflict or things happen, and judges will certainly appreciate when that happens because you keeps the flow going. You don't have to file motions. It's less stressful for everybody.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what happened today. So it wasn't my case, but it was for to help a friend. They're going through the family coordinating for the services and the wakes and the funeral and whatnot. But I didn't want to miss doing the show, of course, because I miss you guys as well as Carmen here and the listeners. But we had Memorial Day. Where am I? Labor Day on Monday, and then it was like Tuesday and then Wednesday, and then I felt Spanish. By the way, I'm sorry. Bless his heart, Michael. I drive that boy crazy with my schedule. It's like, okay, well, when can we do it if it's not Tuesday? And then and then he goes, well, I'll have to check with Mike. And then sometimes my calendar is so chaotic, I really feel bad because I don't want to mess up your show or programming or anything along those lines. But so Spanish, apologies in advance when my schedule drives you crazy.
You don't have to worry about it. I love you, Mr. Ferriello.
I love you too.
No, but then he drives me crazy, and I end up hating him. So in the end, if I hate Spanish, it's your fault.
You hate me, I think, either way.
That's sometimes, if I know in advance, I'll coordinate with Spanish the week before or the weekend, so that's usually not day of. But because of the circumstance this week, and then it's a short week to boot, it was a little bit more chaotic. But I always appreciate you guys and working with the schedule. And by the way, I don't know if you got a chance to listen to yesterday's show, but it was fantastic. Our property appraiser for Hillsborough County was in studio, which is Bob Henriquez. And we had a full board of calls, and a lot of people get those notices for the proposed tax rates and the millage.
Yeah.
And by the way, Bob cannot raise or lower property taxes. That's not what he does. But the office does regulate and send out the notices as to what it means and how it works. So it was a great show last night because a lot of folks called specifically with those types of questions. It was if you want to listen to the replay for folks listening, it's Saturday from 10 to midnight. They replay my show. I think you know that, Mike.
Yeah, I've heard the replay. I'm a fan. I get it on it.
Oh, well, thank you.
All right, let me get some of these phone calls. If you want to get through again, 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. Devin on line one. Devin, it says you just left. You just left court.
Yeah, I just left court. I've been battling with a DUI since March, and so I've done everything from like the impact panel, victim panel thing to like there's a DUI class I had to go to, and I got the community service hours, and I also they give you like a breathalyzer that you breathe in every day, like certain times of the day.
Right, a monitor.
Yeah, a monitor. So I just left because they told me they wouldn't accept that, but in my plea deal, when I first got it months ago, they told me that they accept that or the ankle monitor or the interlock system. And now they're saying that they don't accept it. I'm just kind of confused about that.
Yeah, well, I'm a little confused too. So you've pled out your DUI because these are sanctions under the terms and conditions of a plea agreement with the state, and they're somewhat standard. I mean, you've got your set community service locations. The interlock device is what you're talking about, and there's new technology because now you can blow into the phone. You can blow into the car. Oh yeah, there's an app. There's an app and there's an attachment you can put on your cell phone, Mike, where you can do that. But you have to have a signal. You have to have reception. It's more times a day. But there's a monitoring company that does do it, and it's a fee. The folks have to pay a monthly fee. but I'm not. Who is telling you they're not accepting it?
Just the state is telling me they're not accepting it now. But when I first got the plea deal, it was a part of the plea deal that I got. One of the 3 things.
I don't know what I don't know, but do you have a lawyer?
Yeah, I have a lawyer, and then where she's going to email the state, but I'm just kind of confused because that's what was in the plea deal.
Yeah.
When I first got it.
I'm confused too. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, your lawyer's going to have to ask the state attorney and say, "Hey, why? What's the problem?" And if they're not familiar with the technology or they don't realize this can happen, they can be educated as to that. And even if the state attorney's office doesn't agree to certain elements of a plea, which this is, I mean, there's usually 7 or 8 things that you plead to if it's a DUI plea in the state of Florida. You can always just pitch it to the judge and say, hey, look, what's the court say on this? Because a lot of those things are regulatory under 316.193, which is the DUI statute.
That's right.
So there's some things you can't get around, and
yeah.
With that being said, but the true answer is I don't know unless I talk to the state attorney, because that doesn't make any sense to me. But humbly, if you've got a lawyer, they'll do their job. They'll figure out what the problem is and they'll sort it out. I wouldn't stress or worry about it.
Yeah, but in the meantime, this guy's gonna be stressing out about the whole thing. But,
there's no warrant for his arrest because he just left court, so they probably gave him a new court date. So he's probably good. Just make sure you show up to the next court date and communicate with your lawyer. You won't have any problems if you do those 2 things.
Good luck, Devin. I appreciate it. I hope it works out for you, buddy.
Thank you. You guys.
You too.
All right.
Hi, you're on with Acid Dom. What do you got?
Hey, Don. This is Joe from Clearwater. This just happened yesterday. Amazingly enough, I go to the doctors. I used to go to the VA. Then they allow you to go to an outside provider now. So I said, I heard good things about it. I went to this doctor. It's been a year. And in a year, I've had 7 visits. I called yesterday and I said, hey, listen, I got an appointment coming up this week. Are we going to actually do something this time? You guys, it seems like we're not a team together here trying to get me healthy. And I started getting an attitude from this girl, and she's a nurse's aide, and she's just taking information down. And I said, please, just listen, let's just stop this here. Can you have my nurse call me? And she hangs up on me. I try to call back all day. Nothing. I call back. No, there's 2 days. I called back yesterday, and I said, "Hey, I request my nurse. I'm having a lot of pain. I need some answers. What do you need to know?" And this is the receptionist. Now he's got an attitude, and they're just being very rude. And he sends me. He connects me to the girl, and then she goes, well, "You need to tell me." I said, "Well, I don't know if this is an OSHA deal." And I'm like, I need to talk to my nurse, not the nurse's aide, not the receptionist.
Why not the doctor? Why are we going to the nurse?
Oh, they won't even go there. I asked that. You have to go through this and then this. And, well, I find out after drilling them to try to quicken this up a little bit. And I said, can I just know, is that nurse still there? No, she's no longer with us.
So what's the problem that you have for the reason calling the show? What's the legal issue?
I'm trying to tell them I'm in pain. I need to talk to a nurse, and they're denying me. And they're like, well, we need to know. Then I find out my nurse is not even there. Like, there's a little cover up going on. Don't they have a responsibility? Like, okay, this guy's in a lot of pain. We need to direct him in a certain direction.
Do you have an appointment?
I've had 7. This was going to be my 8th in a year.
When is your next appointment?
It was supposed to be today. Yeah,
why is it supposed to be today? Why is it not today?
Well, I called them in. I said, listen, I'm having trouble walking. I don't have a ride to get in, so it's going to be a problem. That's right. What
here's the thing. If you got an appointment and you can't get there, that's a transportation issue on you. That's not the receptionist folks' problem, humbly. So what you have to do is you got to take every step to get there. These folks, when they answer phones, my office is the same. When I have a receptionist or a legal assistant or paralegal and clients call and they get upset about whatever, the staff doesn't know what I know. The staff, bless their hearts, they don't do what I do. Just like the medical folks. They take down your information. They'll schedule things. They can give you limited medical information. They don't. So when you start to tell them, well, why aren't you guys helping me and doing it? They don't. That's not their role to respond. You're putting them in an uncomfortable and awkward position, and you're starting to make the relationship with the office adversarial. My suggestion is when you have your appointment, appointments and you have a problem as to why the course of therapy and treatment or your therapeutic modalities isn't working out after 6, 7, or 8 visits, that's a conversation you have directly with your doctor or medical professional, nurse or nurse practitioner or what have you, there in person. But you've got to get there. And if you start missing appointments for whatever reason, it's going to be a problem and it's going to delay your therapy and treatment. So half of this is on you because you're upset with people that can't control your answer, and then you're not getting there when you need to get there. I mean, I don't want to throw you under the bus, and I appreciate your service as a veteran if you're going to the VA and out, but that's how you have to handle these things to lower your stress and to also work with the doctors that are trying to work with you.
I just felt like they were blocking me in every way. And this actually, I didn't know really what this appointment was for. It was for to meet the new nurse, but I wasn't made aware of any of this.
Well, that's a communication issue. You should know what is your next appointment for and when it is.
Right.
However, get there today.
Yeah.
I mean, just if you can figure out a way or get a ride or call the VA if they have transportation services, get there because you need to get your medical treatment and care. Talk to these people in person. The receptionist folks, they're there for a certain job and task. And once you go out of it or you get upset or you start saying, well, you're not healing me, well, all they do is say, well, I just take your information, I schedule appointments. I'm not a treating physician.
The bottom line is, to be truthful, I'm leaving these people because of their attitude. I'm not mad at them. I'm upset because I'm in pain.
All right, we'll call customer service at this point. It's not a legal issue anymore at this point, but I appreciate the call.
This was a counseling session.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
All right, well, happy to help. I don't know.
All right, let me try to grab one more. Good morning. You're on with Ask the Dom. What do you got?
Hey, Mike. It's Steve. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Steve. What do you got?
Okay, great. First time. Okay, so something happened to me the other night, and my voice is very distinctive. I wish you could change it, but oh well. Anyway, what happened to me, I was in an establishment in St. Pete Beach. I won't name the name. And a girl invited me to come there. They were eating up something. And I said, all right, I'll join you. And I went in there, and there was 8 people, 6 people at the bar that I didn't know. I joined the 2 girls at a table, and we started talking. And at some point, one of the girls across from me kind of started getting on me about she didn't like the way that I was dating this girl. And I'm like, hey, stay in your lane. These other people that I didn't know jumped in. The girl says, hey, you need to leave. I'm like, I'm not leaving. Next thing you know, they left. And as they were leaving that bar, 2 of the guys just came running back in and jumped me. Stone cold jumped me, held me down. I got ligature marks on my neck, beat my face in, gave me a black eye, busted my jaw. I got injuries. I was in. The cops then came and made all kind of errors. I won't say the division or who they are, but they gave me no support. Basically, I'm beat up. And I asked I said, I want to file. Said, what do you want? I said, I'd like to file a police report, press charges. The lady looks at me and says, I'm taking you and them to jail. So she threatens to take me to jail, and I'm beat up. They're not beat up. They got nothing. They jumped me, and their excuse was I got the report.
Was anybody arrested?
No, because we're all standing there, and the lady at the bar, they're on me beating my face in to the point where I can't even move my arms, and this guy's right hand is so free. He's looking through the guy holding me, and they're holding me down. He looks at my face. He dots me in my left eye.
All right. Well, I get it.
No.
Hang on. They beat the crap out of you. We've got it. Let me get to the legal. Hang on a second. Let me. We got it. It was a bad fight engagement.
Yeah, but the bartender aided them. She told them, "Get out of here for the police come." They all scattered.
I
staggered out the door.
You gotta let him finish talking, Steve.
I'm trying to help you.
Okay. Yes, man. Yes, sir.
Did the 2 attackers? Did they stay? Do you know who they are?
I don't know them.
Okay, so they left.
Yesterday, they stopped them. No, they caught them.
Okay,
because
good.
When I ran out in the street, the sheriffs just happened to be driving down the road and saw me standing beat up in the road.
Too much information. Just hang on. So if you know who attacked you, you're the victim of a crime. What you need to do
on the report, I'll see Friday. I don't have their names. She told me they're on the paper. I do not know their names yet.
All right. Okay. If we're having this much difficulty, me giving you help, God only knows how you were at the time of the incident. So that's probably why law enforcement was getting frustrated with you. But you have to listen.
Yeah, I had beaten up face syndrome at the time they were interviewing me. I was beat up pretty bad.
I got you, but now you're not.
Okay.
I mean, you're still not listening to what I'm trying to tell you. When you get the report, you don't have to be frustrated with law enforcement if they're not going to assist you. if they're not going to press charges against the individuals that attacked you, you can take that information to the state attorney's office, whatever county you're in. There's an intake division. And the state attorney's office is the body that charges individuals. It's not the police or the sheriff's office. They can make arrests on allegations, but it's the state attorney's office that actually files the charges. So you can take that there, and then those gentlemen need to be charged for battery or aggravated battery if they had any weapons or what have you. And then that's how you start to gain your recourse and recovery. Now, whether or not the bar is liable for whatever the lady or the bartender did or didn't do, that has to remain to be seen after the criminal investigation is completed before you shift to a civil issue.
Okay.
You understand
well,
that?
just as a side note, yes, I do. The deputy called me yesterday because I've been calling them, and we talked. And I let her know the real deal. And she said, listen, it's their word against yours. They said you swung at them. That's all they had to say.
Yeah.
And she interviewed... Okay, let me finish. She interviewed 4 to 6 of them. She said they. I got a statement from them. She only got a statement from me. I had a witness. There's only 3 people that were in that room when they ran back in and beat me up. 2 of them were sitting with me. She did not interview either one of them. Never got a statement from them. They saw everything. And I said, why aren't you? And they didn't. I said, listen, I'm pressing charges because we're going to take you to jail and them to jail. I said, then do it. I want their information that bad. So she threatened to take me to jail, and I'm beat up, and I just want to press charges.
Well, she doesn't
they were
know.
derelict.
I'm on her side.
They were completely derelict.
But she doesn't know who's telling the truth. I mean, she wasn't there. I mean, you can have folks that initiate violence or attack individuals, and then they get, the crap beat out of them. So she doesn't know.
Why would she interview the person that was with me?
Oh, my God.
Well,
she never even questioned.
Listen, I can't comment on what law enforcement did or didn't do. I can only answer your question as you posed to me this morning. So, if the argument is you got a lot of people that are witnesses against you, and then you only have 1 or 2 witnesses for you, now you're going to have a wash. The state attorney's office intake division is going to have to figure out, well, is there enough evidence to move forward that these folks, were the attackers, or was it you? Now that comes to maybe requesting video surveillance, if any exists.
They said there is none. The deputy said there's no video.
Well, then you live and die by the witnesses. And if you got 6 against 3, you're out, and that's math. You're outnumbered by numbers.
You sure you didn't swing on him first? I feel like you're a swinger.
Absolutely.
I feel like you got it in you.
The funny thing is no one was in that room but 2 people and me. And the other people left. And then they were in the room jumping me.
But you all were drinking, right?
Their whole group weren't even in the room. I wasn't.
Okay.
I was completely sober.
Okay.
Completely sober. 11 o'clock at night, Friday night. I'm telling you, I was.
Well, you're no fun.
They never... I know, but listen, I paced myself. I had beers earlier, sure. I'm going to tell you that.
The story changes.
It's not, but I'm telling you.
You can never take the stand,
sir. The whole conversation's true.
I would never put you on the
swing on the guy first. I mean, I did flail my arms aggressively in their direction.
But it's funny. That's all someone has to say. Just make up something he swung on me. And
it's your word against theirs. That's how it works. You're innocent until proven guilty. They have to prove the opposite.
They took a lot of statements, but they didn't take statements from people that were in the actual room.
I got to be honest. I want to punch you really bad. I'm not going to lie. I feel like I
want to. Well, Mike, I can meet you anywhere.
Oh, yeah. Look at him. He's ready to go. This guy's ready to fight.
Couldn't even fight a drunk at a doesn't.
How many beers did you have this morning?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
This doesn't help your case that you want to attack Michael. That doesn't help your case.
I'm just defending myself. This guy's going after me.
Anyway, I'm busting your balls. I'm sorry you had to deal with this.
I know, Mike. I love you guys, but it's real. It happened, and I'm not letting it go.
Well, you
get mad too. I can only imagine.
No, you're right. I mean, but you're smart enough to at least call the cops. I would have waited till the next day and went back there with a bat.
I didn't call the cops.
Well, whatever. All right, I gotta go. You're too much. Too much. You and your Buffalo Bill voice are driving me nuts. All right, Dom.
Lotion on the side.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. You can't help everybody. And the guy, also when you're in a situation like that where you feel like you're right, whether you're right or not, I think he was probably right, but whether you feel like it or not, you get very frustrated and it causes you to get a lot of anger, and I get it. I understand what he's going through. So,
well, before we had body cams, we had this issue for years.
Sure.
The officer did this or this witness did that, and you don't have, and it's word again, or you have domestic violence and you don't have all the cameras, and now you got cameras everywhere.
Now you turn your own camera on and you go, I'm videoing you for my safety and yours.
I'm going to tell you, it's the practice of law now, as far as defense practice is, I get videos all the time. The ring videos, they're inside, they're outside. You've got internal cameras, external cameras, the hand phone. I mean, it's just, and I get the video of my client. I look at the thing. I says, "Is this you allegedly doing this?" I go, "Oh, that's not good." I said, "No, it's not. It's not good."
Nobody likes a camera. Dom, thank you. If you didn't get through today, you can always go to askthedom.com or 813-251-5550. We will check in with you next week on the regular Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. Have a great day. We
too.
must
Thank
take
you.
a break. It's a Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Two things. There has been two major predictions that have come out in the last break. Peter Schrager from ESPN has put out his Super Bowl prediction, which he has been right on for the past 100 years. What is he?
He's picked before the season the last 3 Super Bowl teams, the 2 teams that were in the Super Bowl and who would win. And then the last 6 years, he's had at least one of the 2 teams in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Yeah.
So what did he pick this year?
This year, he picked for the Super Bowl the Kansas City Chiefs.
Shocker.
And the Green Bay Packers.
Can I tell you? I think he's going to be wrong. I think he's wrong. I don't think the Packers.
That makes me happy that you think he's going to be wrong.
Yeah. but here's the thing. I especially think all these people that are picking Aaron Rodgers to be. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be a bust of a season and be done. I think it's going to be.
You know, Aaron Rodgers is on the Jets, right?
Yeah.
No,
No. I'm just saying. Because didn't he pick him to be MVP?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think Aaron Rodgers. There's a lot of people that are putting the Jets in this category now where they think they're going to be a great football team, and I just don't think that's true. I think Aaron Rodgers was great. I just think I think he doesn't come back as strong from the injury as they.
So the Packers have the 5th best odds to make the Super Bowl at plus 850, behind the 49ers, the Lions, the Eagles, the Cowboys, and then the Packers.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
So we'll see. I don't know. He's pretty good. I put some money on it because he is good. And
his record.
You're far enough out where that's going to make, a $20 bet is going to make you some serious coin. So I went ahead and put some money on it for sure.
And Alan Lichtman, who is a historian who has predicted the presidential winners for the past 40 years correctly, has picked Kamala Harris to win this election. I'm not excited about it. I've been saying it, but I'm not excited about it. Especially when I saw Melissa McCarthy today. Did you see that?
No.
Celebrities who go out of their way to force their stuff down your throat. And I love Melissa McCarthy. I think she's one of the funniest people on the planet. But she had her shirt on. She had all these Kamala Harris pins on her. I mean, I'm happy for her that she's happy about it, but I don't know. It just bugs me sometimes.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Lichtman's got Kamala, Schrager's got the Packers and the Chiefs, with the Chiefs winning.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see whose predictions have come true. I got a little distracted there during the break because I just received a phone call from One Love Tiger.
Oh.
Hold on. Let me see if I can call him back.
It's been weeks since we talked to him.
I mean, I might go so far as to say months. Oh, hey, John Mellencamp.
Do we think the water is still working in the house or no?
No.
I'm going to say no as
I
well.
bet the pool is green as can be.
Yeah.
You just called me. Just called me. Why doesn't he ever answer when I call him? He just... Oh. Coming in.
Maybe.
Coming in.
Hello?
Coming in hot.
Up the show.
Yeah.
What's up, LT?
Hype it up.
I'm fine. Great. Can you see me on camera? No.
No, I don't have my thing on. I don't know if I could do that. Let me see. Hold on one second. No, I don't know how to do it.
Because I'm wearing my Mike Calta sleeveless shirt.
Oh, you got the guns out, huh?
Oh. Yes, sir.
All right. How you feeling?
I'm great.
How's the hoof?
All better.
Yeah? It's not fat anymore?
Nope.
All right. How's the water situation?
Good.
What does that mean?
It's still going.
So still no running water in the house?
No, it's running. I said it's good. It's good.
So it's still with that, like that one shower room and the one toilet works?
Yes.
No more pooping in baggies?
Nope.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Right. Love Tiger, did it occur to you that Spanish may have gone without a shower longer than you have?
It's true. It's true.
Oh my gosh.
How often would you say you shower, Love Tiger?
Twice a week?
Nah, twice a week for you. That's better than I thought. Yeah. And Spanish, what was the record? 11 days?
I didn't say.
Oh, you didn't say.
I did not.
But you were
9.
somewhere between there.
It was somewhere between there.
Okay.
First of all, I'd like to say I'm proud of you, Carmen,
Oh, thank you.
for the help you're doing with the football.
Oh, thank you.
What
Because I did that in high school.
What'd you do?
Back
Play
in the
football?
day.
You were a
No.
football player in high school?
No.
What position?
No, I did the stuff that Carmen does.
You blew Chad.
Wait, no, don't.
Yeah.
I don't
That out
think you
there.
can say that.
I mean, you do the stuff with the clean the uniforms and all that kind of thing.
Oh, he's like
Oh,
a
that's
team
nice.
manager.
You were like
Manager.
Rudy.
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's
They throw their
awesome.
jock strap on his head.
Nerd.
Do you know karate?
Well, that's good.
And I'm be voting for Chad after this call.
Good. Yeah. But don't forget because it
Yeah,
ends at
please.
noon today.
Yep.
Okay,
Do you know where the link is? It's on our Instagram. It's on our
Yes, I know.
Facebook page. All right.
I heard you.
Love
I got new
Tiger.
shoes too.
You got what kind of shoes you get?
Just regular suede shoes.
Now that you can finally fit them on those big cankles of yours.
You don't need open toes anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
You didn't lose any toes, did you?
No.
Okay.
Gained a few.
Where are the other Tigers?
There are no other Tigers.
Just checking.
Yeah,
You never know.
Gio, come on. You know that. He said that.
Yeah.
He's the only Tiger.
Yeah, Gio.
My bad.
Are you back to doing the retro '80s show?
I'm doing it this morning at 11 a.m.
I'll be tuned in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Lock it in. Rip the dial off.
Hey, Love Tiger. If there was a Mount Rushmore of radio people in Tampa, right?
Right.
And you had Mason Dixon,
Jack Harris.
You who? You. Oh, he said you. No. It's got to be older people. People have been Ron and Ron.
Right.
And then that last spot, you could either put BL or Nancy Alexander. Who would you put in there?
BL, 100%.
Ooh, yeah, not even. I mean, Nancy Alexander has been around a long time. She's still doing it.
I know.
All right.
I have a quick question. Love Tiger, hood or no hood?
Let's guess first. Hold on. I'll let us guess first. I say hood.
I say no hood.
Anybody else?
No hood.
No hood.
No hood.
Hood.
Because it wasn't up to him.
I say hood. Yeah.
Hood, yeah.
You and Gio say hood.
Love Tiger.
Yes, sir.
Are you circumcised?
I don't know what that means.
When you look down at your pee-pee, is there like a sleeping bag over it?
I don't know.
Take a look at it.
Hold it up to the camera.
Whip it out. Yep.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Carmen really wants to know.
No, she does not.
Carmen, tell him.
Yes, I do love Tiger.
Say it in your sexy voice.
Pretend like you're
No, I'm
talking pretend like you're talking to a sandwich, Carmen.
No, I'm not.
He's not.
You're not circumcised.
No.
You got a big hood over it.
Yes.
Yeah, I told you.
Winner.
Oh, I said the same thing.
I know.
Yeah.
Are there winners?
Yeah, is that something?
Everything's
to
a
be
competition.
excited
You always
about?
say.
Well, Love Tiger, I'm glad we got to catch up with you today.
I'm glad I'd be able to call. I've been trying to call in for a week now.
Oh, it's the first
He
time I've
answers the
seen.
phone.
Well, Monday and Tuesday I was sick. I was not here.
Yes, I know that.
Well, okay. And then
I saw the Instagram video.
and then yesterday we were back live, and then today we're excited. I missed it when you called, but I called you right back.
That's great.
All right. Well, I'm glad you sound a lot healthier.
I am a lot healthier. The medication helped.
Good. I'm glad, and hopefully you can continue being strong and healthy, and I'll be tuned into your show today at 11 o'clock.
Okay. Yes, sir.
All right, pal. What are we playing? What are we opening the show with? All right. What song? What song are you opening the show with?
I'm going to play some AC/DC.
Oh, yeah. That's my guy. All right, LT. We'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Bye. Love Tiger. Love Tiger. He's Love Tiger.